paper, and then I will be fighting Photoshop to the death in single combat, like God intended.
I mean, I can try to help you as best I can with Photoshop knowledge, but I'm not an expert.
I'm okay with it. I don't have a problem with Photoshop in that I don't know how it works. I have a problem with Photoshop in that how it functions is. No, I got good at Photoshop when I did photography in college. Thank God.
That's true. I don't know why I always forget that you did photography.
I did photography for 3 years. I retook it.
Wild.
Because I fucked it up the first time. And I fucked it up the second time, but that's not important.
And now you're an English major.
I was fucking that up at the same time as well. I was incredible in college for how many things I could mess up at the same time.
Watch how fast I can fuck this up!
Speedrun. Devs react to girls messing up college A-levels speedrun. Technically forward ass, but we don't need to go into that.
Fuck off! At least out of all my group of friends, I can at least brag that I only got kicked out of one thing instead of everyone.
God damn it!
Instead of everyone.
Fuck, you only got kicked out of one?
I only got kicked out of one!
I nearly got kicked out of the school, Blue!
I mean,
Okay, we don't need to go into that.
I mean, I suppose you could argue I technically got kicked out of the school.
Squad.
Yeah. I got kicked off the chemistry course, and then after a year, I got my results back, and they were like, "Yeah, you didn't even get the minimum to take the second
that's
year."
what happened to me too.
So yeah. So okay.
what happened to me.
We'll say it's 2. Okay, we'll say it was 2. Got kicked out of 2 things. One was a class, one was the school. Which, if anything, just proves the point of you are more than your failures.
Yeah. Doesn't matter as long as
I
you
sure
keep
as hell
going.
ain't using chemistry anymore. Though weirdly, you know what I do use occasionally? Fucking Pythagoras, yo.
Yeah.
To work out just how far I can fireball a bastard.
Yeah. That is one thing, is I would have been right when I was younger if I was like, I'm never gonna need this math. But unfortunately I play D&D. I was gonna say for a living. I don't play D&D for a living yet.
Oh, I'm sorry, freaking Taliesin over here.
I wish.
We all do.
But because I play so much D&D, I actually do have to use it. And that's bad, because I have never been good at math.
I'm glad that at least the base concept of Pythagoras is actually quite simple enough that it did glue itself in my brain, that when I needed it I could actually just do it on the spot. So my math teachers would be proud.
If it makes sense, or if it really doesn't make sense, I understand it. So like, if it's like a common sense kind of thing but they just apply an equation to it, I will understand it. And then the other end of the spectrum is like, if it's just completely conceptual and has no bearing in real life, then I will also understand it. Anything in between that, I do not understand. Hey, Ko.
Hi, Ko. Ow!
You weren't kidding about circles, huh?
What?
It's very much more like moving your wristy.
Oh yes. And also it helps me. Helps me think about the concept of hey, maybe you're actually holding the pen too tight. Which is like, I think is something,
chill.
I think is something that I could sometimes get guilty of, and doing repeated circles over and over again after a while. I'm like, man, my hand is aching. My hand should not be aching.
Probably because I'm using it like a fucking faucet clamp.
That's the thing, is that graphics tablets, shock and horror, are not pen and paper, and you don't actually need to apply as much force as you think. Because you're not actually leaving a mark on a surface. Okay, circles are done.
Yeah, I'm just doing half a page of circles and half a page of lines, because I'm not doing too much art, too much drawing art. I mostly just have to sketch some lines.
I can't write. I was about to write warm up with a Y. I mean, I say about. I did write warm up with a Y.
I saw Sorry, I'm watching it happen with a 30-second delay.
There's no about. I literally looked at it.
This is why no one's writing on the stream today.
I looked at it, registered it, and then continued regardless.
So, this seems correct.
Okay, Hellbent is a great song to do lines to because it has a really strong rhythm.
I think you said this last week, and I remember watching the VOD back and being like, yep, you're right.
Probably, because I am listening to the same music again.
Yeah. And you know what? That's valid.
I think the lines are more important for me because I feel like, because of the size of my desk, I am prone to mainly move my wrist when drawing rather than using my whole arm. Which I will partially also blame on the fact that I never actually had, like, an art teacher.
Yeah. I am almost the opposite, actually. Like, I'm noticing now doing circles that I'm getting to a point where I keep lifting my wrist up and just using my shoulder. Which is really odd. Because that's not, like, a comfortable thing to do.
Yeah, it's not, which is why I'm like struggling with the lines. Like, you can probably see the bits that I'm going a bit weird on because that's when I'm like, oh, I need to be lifting my arm and moving my arm, not my wrist.
Yeah.
Which is why exercises like this are good.
Always warm up, kids. I really do feel like I'm, now that we've been talking about like college, I feel like I'm in class because this is what I used to do in all the margins of my paper. Just draw like random eyes or just scribble circles or shade it, like literally shade it in until...
See, eyes is the one thing that I would probably never draw because I don't like eyes.
Oh, I don't like anything to do with eyes in media, but I love drawing them. Don't know what this is about me. Eyes were like, you know that everyone's like got a default thing. When I was in school it was either the castle, you know the one.
Oh yes.
Or eyes. Eyeballs.
Mine tend to be dragons.
You just idly draw dragons, bro?
Yeah, well, I think like after the first few times I got in trouble, I got into the habit of like having scrap paper in my pocket that I could pull out and draw on and then put away, so I didn't end up with dragons in my textbooks.
My English teacher and I had an illicit paper deal in which, because I used to draw in all my English books, and my English teacher and I, as you can probably tell from the everything about me, got on really well. So she gave me a separate English book. So when she like gave books out at the start of the class, I would have my actual English book and then the extra one. And the extra one I could just tear paper out of or whatever, and then I would take it to other classes.
That's a good teacher right there.
Shout out Miss Hefner, wherever you are. You were the best. And it was great too because I was not a student that most teachers would do that for because I notoriously ate textbooks in like exercise books in secondary school because my handwriting is massive.
Oh, right.
And I notoriously used to leave like 2 inches off of the margin, and I used to write quickly and a lot. So I used to get through like an exercise book, like fill one, like every 2 weeks or so. So teachers did not like giving me more of them.
Those are muscles that I don't use often enough.
Having to do wrist stretches. Yeah, I can see.
I mean, it's more honestly the shoulder. Like the circles with the wrist, it's the opposite of you. Like I said, the circles with the wrist I'm fine with, but when I'm like doing the lines and I'm like, oh, I need to be lifting my arm up and using more of my arm, I'm like, okay, my arm is already starting to ache because I use my arms at work to pack packages.
Do you know, I think this might also be to do with writing posture, because writing posture, you want to relax your shoulders as much as possible and you just move your arms quite a lot because otherwise you get wrist strain really quick. So I'm wondering if my default is just to move my shoulder when my wrist starts hurting. I don't know. I'm just scribbling a random eyeball now that we've been talking about it.
Yeah, up to the sketch part of the warm-up.
Yeah. I'm speedrunning this warm-up, which is not the point. Speedrunning is my theme today, apparently.
Circle and then build your shapes.
Yeah. I will say I find drawing warm-ups much more fun than writing warm-ups. Writing warm-ups are like turning on parts of your brain that you don't instinctively use and maybe don't even like. Like it's like time to start.
Spook has found a lion.
Oh,
I just heard him say, "What the fuck is that?" And I looked over. It looks like a lion.
It looks like a lion. Might be a chimera or some sort.
Might be a chimera, since this is very fantasy. I found something that looked like a Dimetrodon when I was playing with him earlier, and it was called like a curd or something like that. And I was like, "That's not a real thing."
You've made that up.
He's making it up. Stop that.
Who would have guessed? Illegal. Imagination is illegal in this art stream. Do you have any idea what you're gonna draw today, Blue?
I still don't know. I'm literally on like, let's do the warm-up sketch, and I'm still.
That's why I figured why I would mention it.
I mean, I guess maybe I should continue with V-Re. I don't know.
Maybe just open it and start doing it and see if it comes up. See if it happens in your brain. You know how it goes. Sometimes your brain is like, I just need to latch onto something and then I'll start working. Not a moment sooner. Was your default to draw a dragon? Or
yeah, since you mentioned it, I was like, I'm a draw a dragon.
Yeah, we both went to our just default sketching.
Obviously, wolves is a common default for me as well.
Yeah, of course, of course. I've been thinking about werewolves recently.
Excellent.
Not for any particular reason. Just been thinking about them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why do I not believe that?
For once, it's actually true.
I still don't believe you.
If I told you I've been thinking about vampires, then you would correctly assume that I was winding you up. But no, I've just been idle animationing about werewolves recently. There we go. That's not a good eye, but it is an eye.
Awful because I didn't plan it out at all, because it's a sketch.
No sketches, we die like men. I need to stop saying that. I know why I keep saying that, and I hate the fact that I know why I keep saying that. This person's got cool eyeliner. Why not? Unfortunately, I can't draw eyeliner as much as I can't do it on myself. Okay. Time for D&D map sketching. Let me see if I can find a page where I have not already done them. There's a ton of stuff in this notebook. It was one of those things where I just... Every so often, I'll be like, I need a notebook that I can just put whatever the fuck in. Like, I've not committed it to anything, so I grab, like, the cheapest one in Tesco that's, like, 50p, and I just fill it with shit. Like, little half ideas, random scribbles, halves of maps, mind maps. It's basically scrap paper, but it's bound. So it's like trying to find a page that doesn't have like 4 lines on it. You hear all the good like cheap notebook sounds probably.
Paper ASMR.
Yeah, honestly, I would kill it in the paper ASMR game. I have so many notebooks. Hey, I know this map. You guys just went through this one.
Hey!
Oh, this is the whole zone though on one piece of paper. Jesus. There's a reason I broke that into 3 maps. I could not fit that on a page. Trying to fit a whole dungeon on 3 pages, would not recommend. On 1 page even, so.
Not for the final version. I've sketched out an entire dungeon on a single page. It was very small, but it got the shape of it across. Then
yeah, that's the thing with dungeons I find, is you start with the shape. It's like, what kind of dungeon is this? This is a very, very room-heavy dungeon, or is this a very corridor-heavy dungeon? That's normally where I start.
See, well, I did one which was weirdly both, in that basically it was described as a maze with rooms in it. So I basically didn't draw the bits of the maze, I drew all the rooms, and was just like, you know, it takes you 10 minutes to get through the maze to get to this next room.
Right, yeah.
And then it was like, okay, roll a survival check. Okay, the next segment only takes you 5 minutes to get through.
Yeah.
But I gave them all the rooms individually, and all the rooms had like multiple exits and stuff. So by the end of it, they weren't tracking them down. So eventually, they got to a room and went through an exit. And I was like, after 5 minutes, you end up here. And they were like, ah, shit, this is the starting room. And I was like, yeah, you weren't tracking the direction. You weren't tracking the direction you went in.
Well, watching where you're going, you dumbasses.
No, I'm a bit more polite than that.
No, I'm being a goof. I'm doing a goof bit. I got around this in Cave of Reflections by making you take pause between rooms.
Yeah. It was their first dungeon, so it's one of those things where it's like, okay, I need to teach. I need to
Time
teach
to
you how
teach
to
you.
dungeon. I have to teach you how to dungeon.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, what was it? Oh, it's just
Everything.
everything.
What a mood.
Yeah, that's the kind of mod pack he's playing.
That's the 2020 mood. Fuck's sake, what's the matter? Everything. I just looked at the stream and realised you've drawn a whole dragon.
Oh, fuck.
Monsters appear out of nowhere, and it's like,
Oh, they're the worst.
come on, let's just started this fucking game. Give us a chance at least. You can't go throwing that kind of shit at me and being like, well, should we all deal with it?
Yeah. I think that's my problem with these mods, is they add in all these cool things, but it's like, there's no scaling. The only way you can scale stuff is to kind of like have some of it in the nether, because that assumes that you've got, you know, decent enough gear to go to the nether.
Oh, really? And it steals
Oh,
what I was
it
wearing?
picks up all your gear!
So in order to kill it, I gotta damage my own shit. That's fucking bullshit.
Oh, and of course, remember, because of how Minecraft works, it's not guaranteed to drop that. Just because something is equipped by a monster does not mean it is guaranteed to drop it. Yeah, that's fucked up. Oop.
To fill in chat, because we have not explained.
Oh, yeah.
Spooky's playing Minecraft
Spooky's
modded.
playing a new Minecraft mod on the computer next to me. I am providing unhelpful commentary.
Yeah. Dust, I'm glad you thought it was a good dungeon. See, this is the thing with making dungeons for you assholes, is that you already know everything about D&D. I'm mostly trying to surprise you, whereas you with your old sessions were trying to introduce, create a groundwork.
It's not too much different, because at the end of the day, it is just like puzzles and problem solving.
Yeah.
It's just
That's the hardest bit.
Yeah, I mean, the hardest bit is trying to think about, like, you know, how you can utilize D&D mechanics, or alternatively dealing with your players when they use random D&D mechanics to be like, hey, but what if I did this? And you're just like, ugh.
Yes, and I guess. Yes, but. Yeah, it's good when you all work it out a little bit. That's the dream. I still can't get over the fact that I like looked away and looked back and you've drawn a whole dragon.
And in my opinion, it's not even a great dragon.
It looks great. If you asked me to draw a dragon, I would tell you to leave the room. Like, I would not know where to start, or I think I would just draw like a cartoon dog and put some wings on it.
I mean, they're not far off. You know, you can just accentuate a few things. I mean, below the start, I brought the neck out a bit longer.
Yeah. But then I should have known you were great at drawing dragons because you have dragonology. I had dragonology as a kid, so I should have known that.
Yes, I still have dragonology.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know you
this?
have it because I've seen it in your house.
What's this as a kid thing? I still have it on my bookshelf,
Yes.
and I sometimes
I
flick
can't
through
say
it
shit,
because-
I still have the Egyptology one.
Yeah, I sometimes still flick through it because I am 10 years old, apparently, and
It's
I
great.
like reading books for kids, Sue me.
Like tactile element. I have a whole Senate set in my Egyptology one. One day, I will open that book again. I'll find where I've put it, first of all. And I will learn how to play Senate so I can play it with Hurry.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Unfortunately, I think it's vaguely similar to chess, a game that I am not good at. Backgammon, however.
I am not good at chess. I know how
Me
to
and
play,
Kay's
but I'm not
ongoing
good at it.
backgammon war will continue until we die.
That's good enough, I suppose. That's a, you know, warm-up sketch as obscured by
Yeah,
the
there we
wings.
go. You've done it, you did the warm-up sketch.
See, this is where I'm stuck now. done the warm-up.
Oh god. They're dead.
No, he's not dead.
They're dead, R2.
What is it?
I don't know, it's a freaking gremlin.
But we've already got a gremlin. Oh, she's gone. From I saw it out the corner of my eye. It looked like this little blue thing came running at Spook at speed, and it looked like it was going to go for his ankles, but it just sort of stopped at his feet, and is now looking up at him. Oh, you've got a friend! It's following you! Read the bestiary, it'll tell you what it is.
It's getting darker.
You've got... It's giving you boosts and things. Read the bestiary, it'll tell you what it does.
Let me get into my house.
What, with your new friend following you? This is funny.
You, green thing, heal me.
It's pink.
It's part of the joke.
I'm coming for your ankles. I'm struggling to think of what to draw, so maybe I will just open Veery for now.
Yeah, start with Veery. Start with Veery and see where we go. You ever read the flavor text of the monster in D&D and they're just like, what the fuck?
There's cockatrice, I think, is what that was. Yep, oh, it's coming. Run faster, I think.
I can't run faster, I'm wearing chainmail, for fuck's sake. Ah! Oh, I'm gonna spawn there now!
Oh no, you're being spawn camped by a velociraptor. That's wonderful, that is.
Mood dust. That's literally what it's like right now reading this.
Spook is now being spawn camped in Minecraft. That's wonderful. Well, war of attrition. Eventually you'll win.
Unclench my butt cheeks there. Just fuck off! Get out of my house! Get out my house! What are you doing in my house?
This is now the Spook stream.
Excellent to hear with no visual.
Go about your business.
Did you get any information from it?
I don't know!
Shut the door.
I can't! There's stuff on the pressure plate! There's shit everywhere!
This mod pack sounds wonderful.
Oh, and you can shut up and all pixie whoever you fricking are. It's horrible. It just goes around going. It's not noisy, mate. It's fucking off.
Can we get some Fs in chat, please?
Yeah, just all Fs, please. I just had that good click 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 of all my brain working out what it's doing.
Oh, good.
Also, the Star Wars Wi-Fi continues to slap. Now's the part of the process where I look at what pre-made assets I have and work out if I can actually make the design I want to make out of those pieces. There are so many maps in here that we never use that I'm like, oh thank god. There's gonna be a lot of Minecraft villager noises that I make this section. Oh, I do have. Okay. I have more things than I thought I did. Some like in this folder are all the old maps I've made, and some of them I'm like, damn, I did a good job on that map. Take the oh, what fight was that in the end? The one in the Feywild on the weird podium.
The Frost Salamander?
Yeah. The lighting on that, I completely relit that map from scratch, and it looks so good. In my opinion.
Oh, but don't worry, guys. That thing can be tamed with an avian treat.
Oh god, I want one!
No!
Yes!
Oh, this creature can be ridden as a man.
Yes! Burbrigade!
Carnivore, piscivore, insectivore, frugivore, nobivore.
Why didn't they just put omnivore? Oh, because it doesn't eat fungus. Cool. Fungivore. Eats meat, fish, insects, fruit.
You really said that with your whole body, huh?
doesn't eat things. Oh, that's the horrible stuff that attacked us in the dark place.
Yes, Das. I can't remember what monster it was exactly. I just remember that it could burrow, and it was bad. Which is a thing about map design you should really consider when you're like, I'm going to put my players on a small platform, and then I'm going to be like, I'm going to put burrowing creature into this encounter. Really think about that before you commit to doing it.
Yeah.
Just, you know, not saying that for any specific reason, but just in a vague way.
Oh.
Oh? Woo?
No, just the one. Okay.
Just the one solitary meow.
Just the one, apparently.
Oh, I have... These are 2 folders that contain the same things. Come back to me kills when you need a 500-foot map. I have needed that before.
I'm currently looking at some of my posts on my reference blog to see if I can get some inspiration and things.
It's a good idea.
Just
Don't let it become just infinite scrolling, but good idea. Structural. Do I have anything that would just work for this that would make my life easier? Of course I don't. I'm making this one by hand, boys. And also, I didn't need to do that sketch warm-up because I don't need to sketch this. I've got a pretty good image in my head of how it's going to look. But I will need to sketch later, so I don't regret doing it in general. Because this one shouldn't take too long. Sure, that seems... Every time I have to make a new canvas in Photoshop, I'm like, sure, whatever size I set it to before.
Why are you making noise? We may never know. Do you want attention? Absolutely not.
No, absolutely not.
Do you want food? No, because your food bowl is full.
But it's at the sides instead of in the middle.
Mother.
Thus it is empty. Which of my many floor textures are we going with today? Making D&D maps isn't a huge stretch from how my photography used to go. I used to do a lot of very, shall we say experimental photography? That involved a lot of oh god. Well, this is one of those words where I know what it looks like and I, in theory, know how it's said, but then when I try and say it, my brain stops working. Compositing? Yes, that's how you say that word. I did a lot of compositing.
Right.
And that is kind of similar to how I make D&D maps, to be honest. Cut out and put a bunch of things in a thing. Completely relight them from scratch. Colour balance. Not necessarily in that order. Who knew? That's what my photography skill set. Who knew when I was sat... Oh my god. I was sat in the library in my college when I got the message from you about playing D&D for the first time.
Really?
Doing my photography homework, yeah. Using the better Photoshop on the library.
God, what did I even say? I was just like...
It was just... Well, we'd already mentioned it and then we were talking about.
It's because we got into Critical
me
Role.
like, yeah, Knights is in, Das is in.
Yeah.
So think about character.
Yeah, you guys
and we
got into Critical Role.
it.
We were still on Agco, and both of you just voiced the opinion of like, wow, this Critical Role D&D seems fun. We'd like to give it a go.
We tried Pathfinder briefly, or at least I had, and then that didn't work out. So I was like, I want to play D&D though, because I watched you play D&D, and it was fun. Yeah. But yeah, we were talking about, I remember vividly being on my phone when I was doing photography work in the library, messaging about making characters. However many years ago that was, we're not going to think about
that. The passage of time scares me.
It frightens the shit out of me. I have a pre-made one of these. Oh thank god, I don't have to manually make fucking wall textures. Oh thank Jesus Christ. I'd love to see it. There's going to be a lot of swearing and or praying in this process for me, probably. Let's start with this one. I have no idea when I'm making maps, by the way, of what kind of scale it's going to turn out as. So I just kind of put things and I'm like, that seems like the right size. And then when I put it into Roll20, I'm like, oh, it turns out this is suddenly a 60-foot run. I can kind of resize it, but only kinda. I see you doing good gesture posing sketches. Okay.
I can feel a tickle in my throat coming, which I am dreading.
Oh no.
Brain frantically tells myself, please don't have a coughing fit. Oh, saved by spiderweb. Sorry, are you wielding a battle axe?
Yep.
Where did you get that?
Bought it on eBay.
What is happening?
Can't hit the little fucker!
Baby zombies. I think that's a baby zombie that's meant to be wearing gold armor, but the gold armor is adult-sized. Which is a very funny thing to see.
Goodbye. I can climb with my butt cheeks, apparently.
Minecraft.
Fond memories, fond memories.
Can you use bows yet?
Yes, attack 4 is yours too. I can use it. I don't have a good supply of arrows yet, so.
Is that a turkey?
It's nearly Christmas. Jesus!
Oh god. That was floor 1. Why do I vaguely recall something like this from that old hack/mine mod?
Probably in here, that's why.
There have been a few like RPG style Minecraft mods from back in our day.
True.
I remember I used to use one,
Hexit,
but I can't remember what it's called,
hack/mine.
yeah. There were a bunch on the oh my god, what launcher did we used to use?
Oh, we went through several launches in our time.
It wasn't TechIt, it was the one before that.
Let's see, there was the FTB, but I don't think we
FTB
used
is what I
FTB?
meant.
Was it FTB?
Yeah. That was the one that just had a bunch on it, huh?
Yeah, Feed the Beast.
God, what was the one on that I used to like? The Mage Quest one? Where it just had all the magic stuff? No, there's not like an RPG one, but like, I used to like that.
Possibly.
Because it just had like
Where the
Thaumaturgy.
fuck did you come from?
It had like a like quest
Oh yeah,
system
the quest
based on
books.
all the different, like, depending on what magic school you picked.
We quite liked the quest book thing. because it was a way of them adding like a what the hell do you do?
Yeah, the way to learn the magic mods without staring into the void that was the various wikis and being like, how does it work? God knows I did not understand how to do blood magic before that mod. And I still really didn't.
It didn't help that like every version of blood magic changed the mechanics drastically.
Don't tell me that. Fuck, I remember. At least Witchery, like, you kind of didn't need to commit to it. It wasn't like Thaumaturgy where you needed to get certain things to get certain other things. You could just jump into Witchery wherever you wanted.
Yeah, there wasn't a progression tree. Other than, do you have the items?
Yeah, do you have the items? You might need to make this circle to make this thing before you do this one.
Spooky's having fun.
I can hear it.
With the lion. We're not sure it's a lion still.
I'm gonna try and cheat this and find a pre-made thing so that it doesn't take me 10 years to do this. Merge layers. I could rename that layer to make my life easier, but I'm not going to. Yeah, I do remember death.
Do you remember 25th night of September?
We will lose our mind. Speaking of.
I say speaking of because I want to go back to the start of the Mystery Skulls playlist because I gradually start to get to songs that I don't know and I'm like, I like listening to songs that I know. Discovering new music is hard for me.
Yeah, mood. Shout past me because at some point, when I organised my map making stuff, I have a folder. I basically have like stuff for making big citywide maps, floors and terrain, interior furniture, structural, and then detailing. The subfolders within detailing are, and I quote, cities man-made, tiny details, food, weapons, water, nature brackets, not water. I have so many fucking tents. That's a folder.
You just have a folder called I have so many fucking tents.
And I do. I have so many fucking tent textures. And I never have to make maps for camp, which is why I do whenever I get an excuse. I made the Red Furs one just because I was like, I have so many fucking tent textures, I may as well. But everyone knows the important, like... Oh, hang on a minute. Yeah, my organisation system, my priorities list is perfect. I should probably make a separate folder just for tables and rugs, to be honest, because I also have a lot of those. Because, let me tell y'all, if you're ever making a D&D map and you don't know what to do with a space, put a bunch of rugs in there. Why do I have an email from my professor?
I thought I was free of you!
Dr. Francis, why are you emailing me?
Okay.
Oh. That was actually very sweet of him. Never mind. I take it back. Email me more.
No, that's not even slightly working, brain. Stop.
I can't tell what you're doing.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
There's two heads. There was no heads. There's one
Yeah, I was trying to draw a second person and I thought I could be clever by just copying the first one, but I was like, that's not even gonna...
Perspective is not happening.
Yeah, it's like, that's not even vaguely gonna work because the first person is facing the second person, so the, like, perspective of the head is gonna be sort of, like, semi-behind.
Yeah. Look at these nerds. I don't even know who they are yet. But I'm assuming, probably correctly, that they're nerds.
Oh yes. I know who they are.
Yeah, because it's in your brain.
That is not an excuse. Not an excuse.
Oh, it is fair. We are in the same cluster. I am expected to know these things.
What? What?
I love that in one of the texture packs I've downloaded, they gave me all the tiles of the floor textures individually, as if I'm going to place them. They had too much faith in me.
Oh, they're playing catch. It says in the bestiary that they play catch with one another, but the balls are dangerous. It says it in the bestiary. They play catch.
What a sentence.
Yeah, they play catch with one another, but the things that they throw are dangerous. That's why I keep saying whenever you find a new thing, read the bestiary.
Always read the codex, kids. I've always wondered if you could... I've thought about this before. Whether you could have like a codex mechanic in D&D. And how the fuck that would even work.
I mean, basically you'd have to make the entire thing yourself and gradually...
slowly reveal it.
Yeah, gradually reveal it to players. What you could do...
also, like, what would be the... I guess you'd have to be like, it's a magic book, you know?
Well, you know what I think would actually be a good way to do that? And I have thought about this before, because I thought about it for you guys and freaking Pokemon D&D, which was, can I use Pokemon D&D with my Pokemon cards? So you make codex cards for you make codex cards for the beasts, and you give the players like a TCG folder, and you just give them the cards as like pages, and they can slot the cards into the codex as they fill them up.
That would be a lot easier than like doing something with handouts. And it would also be one of those things that would be much easier to do in real life.
Oh yeah, it would definitely be easier at a table.
Yeah, because at that point you could even give them like a binder and give them pages.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. You know, that's why I was like, you could buy a Pokemon TCG binder, and because all you have to do is take a Pokemon card and just like measure it, and then be like, okay, well this is how big I need to make my handouts, and then you just print the information on the cards, and they just slot them into the binder.
Yeah.
And then they can literally flick through the binder.
Yeah.
Like how
I've got mine.
How I've got mine, where it's like that's a page full of Eevee, that's a page full of Vaporeon, so you can have literally. There's 9. A standard binder has 9 slots per page, so you have 9 bits of information per creature essentially. So you could just be like, that's the Chimera page, that's this page.
Right.
Which I think sounds brilliant.
Because if you were going to do it digitally, you would have to like, as a DM, have like a Google Doc and just update a single handout, which would get out of hand real quick.
Because I think I'm pretty sure
that'd be one of the things where if I did that with you guys would be like, I'm copying this onto my own Google Doc and I'm putting this in a reasonable order.
Yeah, because a typical TCG A4 page is the 9 card thing, so you could make it 9 cards on a piece of A4 and then cut it when you print it.
God, that'd be fun. I've thought about this before. Oh, sorry, Karen.
So 9 is the standard, but you can get 4 card binders, and you can also get single card binders, so you can literally just have 1 card if you want. That's what I was going to say.
No, it makes sense. Yeah, I was thinking about, because back when I was considering running a Dragon Age game for like the 3 people we know that know DA, I was like, well, it's like I would love to have a codex kind of thing, because for me personally, I like that about DA, is that you can learn a bit about like the zone and whatever. I don't know, I'm a fucking nerd. But also like to help with if people if I brought up things that like hadn't appeared in a game, to be like, well, your character would know a bit about this, so like I'll give you like a codex unlock thing and maybe make it XP related, as it is in DA. But then I was like, I don't want to even think about how our hand, like, considering that I have a reputation for letting handouts get out of hand already.
Yeah.
And I'm not changing.
I am very envious of how organised AJ keeps her handouts. She managed to transfer her entire IRL game onto Roll20, and it is so organised. I'm just like, queen?
Take notes, huh? I need to go through and talk to one of you and work out how you want the handouts organised on Roll20.
Yeah.
And just do it for you guys, because it's a little out of hand.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, I think that the general thing that everybody uses is the first divisions of characters, items, places.
Yeah.
And then within those you have to have more subdivisions.
Right.
Is generally a good place to start.
Yeah, it's difficult. I've found, because if I'm doing like, if there's stuff in a dungeon, my instinct is to label it with like the name of the dungeon and then the thing.
Yeah.
But I don't want to, for you guys to look at the handouts thing and be like, what's the name? What's this subfolder? Roll20, let me hide subfolders.
I'm pretty sure. I thought you could, unless the thing was in it.
Not
hello, I'm being shown something.
To my knowledge. Anyway.
Cool tip, but I've not 100% got the iron binder. Also, they're in a different pose. But thank you.
I only save these things for you.
Thank you. Ah! Smee! Stealing your phone so that I can share this meme that Spook shared because he loves me.
I can't see on the Twitch. I'm sorry.
Ah, screen Y. Show the heckin' good dog. There it is. Ah!
Wait. There it is. It's you!
Smee!
I thought you were saying Smee as in like from Peter Pan. Smee!
Smee!
You know? Smee!
Spook shares memes with me because he loves me. Thank you.
See, that's kind of what I do, but the thing is, I don't want to put them in those folders all the time.
Tumblr and Twitter again.
Because I don't want you guys to meet an NPC and then be like, where was the picture of that NPC again? And see, they're in the enemies folder.
See, that's why I think AJ doesn't classify things as enemies because she doesn't classify them. It's very useful because her campaign is a naval campaign, so a lot of NPCs are categorized by the ship that they serve on.
Yes, and also like you can have things like factions and stuff at that point. Yeah, that's the thing. I have named NPCs, but that's
because you've got like
that folder's getting ridiculous.
The Red Furs, the family.
Yeah,
I
do have. I have. What do I have? The Rebellion, Falansmore, Red Furs. Like I kind of break it down like that, but I still have a couple that are just not in any folder. Everything from Sildar to Imrith are on the same list.
Which one for blue and curls?
What? I heard my name. What have I done? I'm afraid.
It's a candle jar! Let me hold it up for the stream again. Give it a moment for the camera to focus.
And also wait for the delay. I have that!
You have that candle?
I don't actually, but I should.
You should.
Knowing how much you guys talk about depression, you probably know it as an air freshener.
So they're freaking seen in Monsters Inc. Just like, oh, have you got a low tide? No, I've got a wet old dumpster or a wet dog. Or we just wake up morning and go, the complete brink of destruction.
That's us.
Yeah. Good night, darling.
Night, Spook.
They all say good night. He's gonna go to work. Stop farting! Go to a doctor! Go to a doctor!
The echo on that really added to it. Oh god, this is such a tiny texture. Why did I do this to myself? I love these wall textures because they have the shading done already, so which makes my life so much easier, but at the same time, lining the shading up drives me insane. You guys will never notice. You guys will never look that hard at it, but I will.
That's what it always boils down to. It's just like, no one will notice, but I will.
I will. God, what was the one I went insane making? Tala's Cave of Reflection.
I'm on the wrong layer.
Tala's Cave of Reflection room, I think, took me like multiple days.
Really?
Yeah. Just because I knew exactly how it looked in my brain, and I knew, and when you guys rolled it for the first room, I was like, I need you guys to understand the energy in this just from the maps straight away. The minute I put you on the map, I want you to have that thing of like, oh, I know what this is gonna be.
Well, that's the thing. I kind of knew immediately before we got put on the map the session before when you were just like, "It's cold," and I was like, "It's me.
It's my time.
It's me.
It's my turn for the trauma."
Oh, yes, don't be upset.
Yeah. Fucking it up is like the main component of art. It doesn't matter as long as you keep trying.
Yeah.
Because you can get rid of all of it and start again, but like as long as you keep trying, it doesn't matter. God, that dungeon took years of my life. Good dungeon. Took years off my life.
It was a really good dungeon.
I try so hard with dungeons for you guys. I want them to be good.
Your dungeons isn't great. All of your dungeons have been wonderful.
I have like very high standards for dungeons that I don't have for necessarily all things, shall I say? Because I feel like I don't do a lot of combat very often.
I wouldn't say that.
You don't think?
Well, I think we get a decent amount of combat.
I try and give you a good amount of combat because I know I do.
We get a good balance of both.
Yeah. I try. I do try because I'm like, as much as you know, I'm fucking like, I'll RP for 10 years. That's me.
I mean,
that's
so
me done. I'm like, I need to give you some combat because I need you to feel like you're getting good. You know, your classes feel like, especially because obviously, I think you and Das especially, like a lot of your class is very combat-y.
Yeah.
I'm trying to engage more with the not combat parts of them, but
yes, we are martial classes. That's the thing, because martial classes have to compete with spellcasters. They get good at hitting shit.
Yes. So I try and make sure you've got plenty of opportunities to smash things.
Yes, it's hard to argue with someone where it's like, oh, what do you do in your downtime? And it's like, I summon a small forest. And it's like, what do you do? Oh, I sharpen my sword.
Yeah. Glory flashbacks.
So yeah, martial classes are very much like hit the thing and hit it very well.
Yeah, the good thing about that I've got very lucky with you and Thane is obviously Bloodhunter does have non-combat stuff, and it is kind of interesting. Like, you know, understanding monsters. I've given you little science experiments that you have fortunately taken.
I like that. I like that I get to use like my alchemist proficiency because that is included. It's included in the class.
It is.
So I like that.
So I try and make sure I'm, you know, using that, and then obviously paladins get religious stuff, and that's always fun to work with. Because God knows, haha, that was a pun. The deities of my world are on some shit 24/7.
Tala would like to know your location.
What, the deities?
Yeah.
The deities that are on some shit.
Yeah. Wakes up one morning and just goes, I'm going to punch God. Which one? Yes.
It's my time. I've decided I've had enough. Wait, what if we did that though?
I condemn my soul to any god who can find it, bitch.
I will serve for life any deity that can press me in combat. That's gotta be a Greek myth. It has to be.
It has to be. Oh boy.
See, Das? This is why you've got to fight them, I don't know. Teneros be like, y'all need something? Am I gonna completely redo this texture? I could just leave it, but I'm not going to. I could make this easy for myself, but I'm not going to. Oh, I do have that. They would not know what to do if Tala smacked Teneras. I can't honestly say I know what I would do.
Fucking run ups and just
just decks the god. Denvas is just there with popcorn.
And I love the idea that her literal combo, literally, if they were just like, what was that for? Tala's answer would literally be, for doing nothing.
Existing, yeah.
And
existing passively. Oh. That's the good shit. I apologise to anyone who's in the stream who does not know what we're talking about.
We're talking about D&D.
Talking about my D&D, because I love it. Which Kratos vibes? Yo, what if I ran a mini campaign one day where it's just you go Kratos on the Devanarian gods? It's just a boss rush, but it's like a level 20 AU boss rush where you guys decide to go kill the gods. I'll think about it when we finish Oakheart. If you guys want to like do a last hurrah, maybe I'll do it.
The thing is that do we do it like God of War? Do you do it like Hades, where when everybody dies, we just sort of respawn and go?
You just try again.
Let's just do it again.
I have thought about running a Greek myth game, but in kind of a similar vein. But
that way
I'm gonna take some meds. Remember to take your meds.
This is our regular pause to say take your meds, get a drink, get a snack if you are hungry, and go to the loo.
The fear of that moment when you need to take more than one med and you don't know where one of them is. Where has it gone? Oh, there it is, down the back of my monitor. Oh, I am starving? What a mood, go eat.
Yeah, go get a snack.
I've done that though, where I'm like doing stuff in my day, and then I'm like, someone's like, remember to eat. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I know. I'm that someone.
Yeah, you are that person for me.
And then I message you, and you're just like, I do not feel good. And my first response is always, when did you last eat?
When did you eat? And my answer is always,
It's always oh.
This is the last one in this packet. I finished a full course.
Again.
Huh?
On the fucking layer.
I haven't done it yet, but I'm gonna.
I frantically hammer the undo button.
At least in what you're doing, you get infinite undo. In Photoshop, the history only goes back so far.
I think this program also has a limited amount of undos.
It's rough. It's a rough
You
life.
can, I believe, I would think both with Photoshop and with this program, you can technically change how many undos you get, but it means that the program takes up more memory.
Slower, yeah. I finished a full packet of this med. I finished a full course. Whoop whoop.
I'm very tempted to get a snack as well, but it's not because I'm hungry, it's literally just because I want, like...
I want something to do with your hands or something, yeah.
It's not even that, I think it's like I want flavour in my mouth is the best way I can describe it.
I'm exactly, like right now I'm exactly the same. Exact same feeling.
I am not hungry in the slightest. It doesn't help that I do have a brunch bar on my desk.
I have a packet of Oreos to my immediate left.
But I'm like,
I have not thus
a
far.
brunch bar is the last thing I should be eating before I go to bed, because the whole point,
Yeah.
the whole point of a brunch bar
Energy.
is to give you energy.
Save that for when you're in work and you're like, oh, I feel like shit. That's what I used to use brunch bars for. It's like, I don't technically get a break on this job, but I'm just going to rush into the back room and eat a brunch bar as quickly as I can and then go back out. Get out of here, tiny bug. Am I allowed to know what you're working on yet?
Not yet.
Okay. I figured that would be the answer, but I figured I'd try. Oh, these are not in line. I could spend 3.5 hours lining those up, but I'm just not going to. It's just not going to happen. There we go. That's fine. It feels weird making maps in your presence, because obviously normally I'm like, you know, as a DM is. I'm just being vague. I'm just being vague enough that I'm comfortable with it.
Good night, I'll try it.
I'm sorry in advance.
Kels apologizes. Don't touch the microphone! Don't touch the microphone!
Please try and keep it down. Try and keep it down, are you?
I will remember for 15 minutes and then I will forget.
And yell at Leia.
You do that anyway.
Then you know that I will keep my threat.
Oh dear. Give it a couple of minutes and you'll hear the of her being picked up. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Do not pick me up.
Engage with me, but do not pick me up. Pay attention to me, but also don't.
Please pet me with your eyes.
But also not enough. Oh god, I thought I just closed the document. Jesus Christ. My life just flashed before my eyes.
Oh, that's a fair point. Regular reminder to save, boys.
Yeah. I'm gonna live my life on the edge and not, but you should. I could go and find this.
Literally, even giving this a vague title so you can't tell what it is from the title.
Oh, you motherfucker. Not that I could read it. I don't have eyes right now, remember?
Oh, yeah.
My glasses will be here soon. My glasses are coming this week. I will have vision. Maybe I'll have vision before I have to DM again. The gift of sight out of my left eye. Although, hindsight has told me I'm not sure I put my prescription in correctly.
Oh,
but
dear.
we'll see. Hopefully it'll be fine. I don't think they do anything to try and fix my left eye anyway. I think they've kind of given up on that. Which, like, fair. I've also given up on it. Oh, you got a storm right now? That's what I want. That's what I want right now. If I... Oh no, I can't say that out loud.
People wonder what I'm doing. I am tabbed out to look for references again.
I went to save something and it's done that thing where it just took me to like my vague pictures folder and I'm like, I don't remember where my map stuff is. I don't remember where this goes. Sure. Just because it's a fake storm dust doesn't mean it can't hurt you.
Thanks.
I had to get one, come on. Just get
fair.
one vaguely ominous
Yeah,
thing.
gotta get one vaguely threatening thing in here.
I don't threaten you. Am I doing my job as a DM? No. That's my whole purpose for existing. Ooh, I just have one of those good clicks. Like, mentally clicks.
Excellent.
One day I'll find a better word for what that sensation is.
Clarity.
Yeah, just that moment of like, oh, I can do this! Much better when I thought about it.
Fuck it.
These are good noises. They're not, but I wish they were. Yeah, you know. You guys know. Whoops, that is a very solid brush. That is not what I needed. Oh, come on. Photoshop is like, if I'm not paying attention when you move your mouse in that direction, then I will just draw a straight line across what
Oh, I
you're
hate
doing.
it when it does that.
Ah! No, I'm moving you in a specific way. Pay attention. Am I gonna have to completely relight this first? I'm gonna die.
Perspective is pain.
I cannot tell what you're doing. I keep looking at it and being like, can I work this out? And I can't right now.
I mean,
this is like in the first art stream when I was writing a thing for you.
One of the people is missing, so...
yeah, that doesn't help. It looks like the "What are you, an idiot?" sandwich meme.
I mean, it could very easily be that.
It could be that.
It could be that, and it would be wonderful.
Great, good to know. I feel like this should have more bits. Thank you, Core, for that ominous statement.
Core's good at them.
It's like, hi. Welcome to the stream.
I got a perfect Bulbasaur today.
Ooh, I saw you got a friend, but I did not open the picture, so I did not see what it was.
The picture was a Bulbasaur with perfect IVs in Pokemon Go.
A friend. Good friend.
Dakota, our good friend, lying a small green child.
Small green child. Baby is baby. This Star Wars lo-fi has been going on for ages. How long is this? Oh, it's 2.5 hours. Right. Sure. This will do. I have so many like weird textures. Sometimes I'm like, sure, this can go here. It's the this might as well happen of D&D maps.
Yeah.
That's what energy this map is channeling. Whoops. That's not the flip direction that I wanted. There you go. Food and renewed energy. Oh, come on. When the texture lines up just right. I'm probably gonna go quiet for a sec because I just need to copy and paste this texture like 8 times and I have nothing exciting to say about that.
Fair enough.
Every time I'm like placing tiny textures, I think of the BDG Skyrim book report video. It's like, who has time? Who has time to read all those books? I do, apparently. That's the energy I have right now, copying and pasting this texture about 80 times for a detail that none of you will notice. Hey! Love the Devil Tarot card.
Heck yeah.
It's a very good card. Pressing the wrong button. My brain is now just parroting various BDG memes.
I'm just thinking of, I gotta get this bed out of my apartment by Tuesday. Because on Tuesday I'm having a potluck.
I have spent a not insignificant amount of the last week watching BDG meme compilations. As I kind of do every week, to be honest. If one appears on my YouTube homepage, I'm watching it.
There's Red Bull in this mug.
Yeah! Yeah! Me when I drink Red Bull, honestly. I could not get through university without parroting that meme every Tuesday. God, it cursed me for my hubris, and my work is never finished. That's like, everyone has one BDG quote that speaks to them, and that's mine. You know, when I started committing to this, I was like, why am I doing this to myself? But now I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I did this. That's what I'm trying to do. Shit, I missed a bit. Ah! No, I didn't mean to resize it! Oh god. Everything's fine.
Panic.
If you wanna, Das. Blue certainly isn't.
What? Sorry, I have like multiple references up on the other screen, so I'm not keeping the chat open.
I'm memeing at you, don't worry.
It's up to you if you want a hint. You can probably guess who it is.
I think I could guess one of them.
Fox. No, it's not Fox.
No, I think that's who Das is drawing.
Oh, who you're drawing.
Yeah. It is all about the ears with Hurry. Once the ears come out, you're like, ah, a Hurry. You know.
It's
a boy.
Right.
A boy, a friend.
Friend-shaped.
Get to know, Cole.
Question, how long is it since Hurry has his hair cut? Is he going to start growing his hair back? Is he going to become a fluff?
Long hair, Hurry. Long hair, Hurry.
Is he going to become a fluffy boy? Is his hair going to start growing back?
Answer the question, Stacey.
Answer the question. Look, Hurry needs to grow his hair out so that Tala can then cut it and give him an undercut.
You see, it's all about the long-term plan. we have like a fucking. I have a cannon hook. We're just here to menace you, Stacey. It's our sole purpose.
Yeah.
And also that.
I put my pen down to like rub my face for a bit, and then when I went to pick it up, my pen had somehow got entangled in 5 wires.
Heaven wires, but ah! I let you out of my sight for 1 second.
As I have learnt from my own characters, your personal canon doesn't necessarily reflect the actual canon, because D&D is a game that you do not have 100% control of.
Your personal canon means nothing to me, another player who can mess shit up for you.
Also, as I learned, because it's like, again, it was the meme of, if I had a dime for every time I played an elf with a tragic backstory whose face was marked by a curse outside of her control, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird, it's happened twice.
It's happened twice, right? I'm trying to think what my version of that is.
Freaking wake up in AJ's campaign and she's like, yeah, you have a mark on your face that you can't get rid of, and I'm like,
Again? I just got here.
How does this keep happening?
I just got here. I'm trying to think what, like, there's gotta be, but I can't think of one right now. I mean, to be honest, character existing for 2 seconds is immediately shipped with everyone in 5-foot radius. I just merged 14 layers and I felt great about it. Oh, what is this?
Ooh.
What have I been? What have you sent? I don't know what I expected, but that was not it.
I've been heckin' bamboozled. How dare you? How dare you betray my trust like this?
I was fully expecting like a face claim or like something. I found that funnier than I should have. You got me.
Oh, you got me.
God damn it, Stacy. God damn it. Because it's an indexed mode. Why? Why is it doing that? There we go. Oh god, I've just realised that Posy's fringe is gonna get even worse. I was just thinking about my characters growing out their hair and I was like, Posy's fucking fringe is bad enough as it is. She already can't see under that fucking thing.
That's one benefit of verbs.
Yeah.
Their feathers don't grow longer, they just lose them and then grow new ones. I think if if a bird loses a feather, I think it regrows in something like 3 to 5 days.
Mm. Yeah. Which character of mine was it that was afraid of having their hair cut? Was it Curls?
It was Curls.
I think it was Curls.
I think it was Curls.
Fuck, I forgot about that. That was like a repressed memory that just came back.
Yeah, that was Curls. Tala doing her hair would literally just like
takes dagger, just
just tie up, shik, and we're done.
And we're done. Easy. The rest of it can do whatever the fuck it wants. I'm not dealing with it now.
It's like, I don't care if it looks bad.
Until it gets caught in something, I don't care. I'm just gonna let Posy's hair get as ridiculous as anyone wants it to get. She can be Rapunzel, why not? Zuko.
No, it's the Adora. It's the Adora hairstyle.
Zuko's like, I'm just gonna take this massive fucking sword and somehow make it work. You've opened a door now, Das, that you can't close.
I mean, that's just,
I love opening that door
Thor,
of like...
It's Thor, isn't it? It's Thor from the first movie when he has long hair.
Oh my god, you're so right. I love that moment though where you're like when you think about a short-haired character in a fantasy world and you're like, but they might grow their hair out at some point, or they wouldn't have had time to cut it, and it's like, oh no, now I can't close this mental door. Das, you're valid, it's fine.
Valid.
Can I... Oh, I don't have a fucking curved version of this texture. No!
You could try using the puppet walk tool if you've never used that before.
I could do I don't know, I think it would look weird. Oh, right. I actually forgot about that stage. You know what? I'm just gonna... Oh, no, there is a way I could do this. It's just gonna be a pain. Fuck it, I've committed. Yeah, I'm just gonna bastardize this texture. That's fine. Is that what this texture's meant to be? When you look at the name of a texture, you're like, what? Is that what this was intended for? I've never used it for that purpose. There's a point I always get to with D&D maps where I'm like, you know what, I'm going to put this on here as a visual representation of this thing, but I am going to have to explain what this is. And that's fine. That's my job, technically. As much as I would love to be able to just have a map so good that you're like, whoa, I know exactly what all of this is. That's not always how that works out.
I forgot a D&D story that I don't think I ever told you guys.
Okay, I'm going to be quiet and listen to it.
A bugbear had a direwolf. It wasn't Clark, it was another one. It might have been a hobgoblin, I can't remember, but it had a direwolf as a pet. And I was so used to playing with you guys that when I made the direwolf token appear, I was just like, and the guy has a puppy! And then I found out about an hour later, after the combat had finished, that they thought I meant he had an actual puppy. And not a massive direwolf!
Oh no. I've deliberately done that, but I heard it done unintentionally.
I was so used to playing with you guys whenever we're just like, oh, a boy, or oh, a puppy. So I was like, oh, this guy has a puppy. And they thought it was a genuine puppy.
Oh, no.
Which wasn't my fault.
Oh, no.
Really, for bad communication.
The memes were too strong. Why? Oh, there we go. I was doing things to this map and nothing was happening. I was like, oh, please don't be crashing, please don't be crashing. I'm doing shading, which I hate.
That's relatable.
Shading shading and lighting, I think you can make a map that does not look interesting at all, make super interesting. And I use that trick constantly. And now that I've made you aware of it, it's going to annoy you. But
it won't annoy
seriously,
me. I'll approve of it from an artist's perspective.
you will know the pain that I re-rendered the lighting on a map that did not have any originally. But yeah, genuine trick for people who make D&D maps. Just go nuts with your fucking lighting, because the more crazy the lighting is, even if you've got a map that's just like a big empty room with one or two things in it, if you go absolutely ham with the lighting, suddenly it looks interesting. Put the shading layer under everything else. Wow, my brush tool is lagging like a hell. Ambient occlusion. There you go. See that emotional turnaround? You gotta stick with it. Could this be shaded like this? Sure. Why not? Why wouldn't it be shaded like this is the real question. That shading should not be on the same layer as that one. You're doing good art, Blue.
Thank you.
Just like looked over and I was like, oh, damn, that pauldron.
Yes, Sadie.
I am shading something that you literally will not see. Okay, let's not do that. Like, that is wasting time. Layer settings. Sure. Does anyone really understand entirely what all the layer settings do, or does everyone do what I do, which is just go through them until it looks right?
Yeah, I go through them. I kind of know what multiply does a little bit.
Yeah, I kind of know multiply because I've watched enough Drawfee art tutorials. I don't know why. I watch so many art tutorials for someone who does not draw and doesn't necessarily have an interest in taking it up as a hobby. I just love watching artists teach and do their things, man. Yeah.
Yeah, stay clear of dodge. I remember once I was doing a group project at college, and I learned that one of my teammates was shading the pictures using the dodge and burn tool. I wanted to strangle them.
I remember there is like an actual use I used to use dodge and burn for, but it's not like it's that use, you know? It was definitely bastardizing the tool, shall we say. Whoops. Oh shit, why is that layer on top of that one? Where is that layer? Oh, I did not do all that with the same layer, did I? Oh no. Oh no. No.
You okay?
Okay, no. Oh. I thought I had done all my shading on the same layer as like something like an object.
Layer panic.
Yeah. You know, layers.
Oh, I know. How many times on this stream have I gone wrong layer?
Yep. That's why I said like it'll be exciting for me to join you because God knows layers screw me over every time. Every fucking time when I'm making maps. At least this time it wasn't like 4 hours of work or whatever the fuck that last time was. Really should name my layers, really should. Just like clicking through them all like by
This is your regular reminder to save!
Yeah.
This is also your regular reminder to hydrate, because I am out of water. I'll be right back.
I will entertain. I suppose, if that's what I'm doing. Hello, chat. It's just me and you now. Welcome to shading hell. Time to put in another layer that I'm not gonna name. Wait, what the fuck? I just definitely moved a layer that I need. What do I think Lou's drawing? I have ideas. I've actually been too focused on what I am doing. So I'm just gonna let it surprise me. no idea what she's doing. Oh god, hang on. Need to use the other mouse. Nearly, while I was, because I'm using two PCs, so while I was using the other mouse, I very nearly exited out of my document. Oh no. It's been fun doing maps on this stream, actually. So, I watched, bringing back to my strange watching art tutorials addiction, the reason that you probably like the sketch layer better than your line layer is because when you're doing your sketch layer, there's like a lot of lines that are all doing the same thing, so your brain averages out the correct one. So you kind of project the quote-unquote correct, or the most sensible one, and then when you start putting lines in, you actually have to commit to lines and they can be wrong. So yes, you will have more problems when you're lining than when you're sketching. Because your brain won't be doing most of the work for you, your eyes will. This piece of Star Wars lo-fi has random Darth Vader lines in it and it keeps making me laugh. It's like I'm just like vibing to some lo-fi and then it's like, don't make me destroy you, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay, headset is back on.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. I have caved in to the flavour craving.
Yeah, I think I'm about to.
I have gotten mini cheddars,
my
but we have the red Leicester flavour, which I think is exactly what
they're like okay.
They're okay,
in
but
my opinion.
They meet my requirements in that I want flavour but not substance.
Yes, that's a good description of those.
Because I don't want to be eating loads right before going to sleep, but I do want to taste something.
Right. If you've taken your shift, I'm gonna go be right back. I am gonna film a walk up, and I'm probably gonna just have a bit of bread and butter. Be back.
Mm-hmm. How we doing, chat? This is your reminder to go fill up water, go to the toilet if you need, stretch if you need, check your posture. Oh, crack your arm if you're me. There's a lot of people, it's quite common for people to think that the sketch is better than the line art because the sketch, I don't know how to explain it the way someone explained it to me. Because you go over a line multiple times, you get the, like, expression of the line more. Yes, Curls has explained it a lot better than I have. Aww, hair poof. Aww, he's so cute. Hair poofs. Love the hair poofs. Behold, a bean boy. Yeah, exactly. Which is why watched like an advice video from an artist guy, and he was like, when you're sketching, try to stop doing this whole scribble, 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 and try to just go line, because it's more definitive and you're making a decision. And that is a hard habit to break. That is a hard habit to break. But you can kind of see I've been trying to do that. Obviously over here I've got scribble, 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 but more sort of over this character I've got a few more just line, 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 as I'm sort of defining the characters a bit more. Good, good. It's good stuff. I got outbid on eBay on a Pokemon card I wanted, and it made me sad. I'm really on a Pokemon card binge at the moment. Which is not great, because I need to save money. But I really want to buy Pokemon cards.
This way my whole damn life, I swear to God you can't change me. I've been this way my whole damn time, I swear to God you can't change me. And I know it just seems like a long shot, and I know it just seems like a long shot, but I'm trying, I'm right here trying, oh my God. And this way my whole damn life, I swear to God you can't change me. I've been this way my whole damn time, I swear to God you can't change me. I know things seem crazy right now, and I know things seem crazy right now, but I'm trying, oh my God.
A boy?
In this way my whole damn life, I swear to God you can't change me.
A fluffy
This way
boy.
my whole damn time, I swear
Go
to
away,
God
Dropbox.
you can't change me.
Let me see the boy.
This way my whole damn life, I swear to God
Such a good
you
boy.
can't change me. I've been this way my whole damn life, I swear to God you can't change me. I changed my mind, I changed my mind.
Let's take this time to do a social media tweet. Let's just let people know that we're still going.
I changed my mind, I changed my mind. I changed my mind, I changed my mind. Oh, in this way my whole damn life, I swear to God you can't change me. I've been this way my whole damn time, I swear to God you can't change me. I know things seem crazy right now, and I know things seem crazy right now, but I'm trying, oh my God. Oh, in this way my whole damn life, I swear to God you can't change me. I've been this way my whole damn
social
time,
media
I swear
tweet.
to God you can't change me. I've been this way my whole damn life, I swear to God you can't change me. I've been this way my whole damn life, I swear to God you can't change me. I changed my mind, I changed my mind. Oh, I changed my mind, I changed my mind. I changed my mind, I changed my mind.
Thus, I just saw on Twitter that Wowhead have tweeted, make sure you chat to Alliance leaders during the Death's Rising event as they share their opinions on what has happened.
I changed my mind, I changed my mind.
Plus there's a special stay a while and listen dialogue option discussing Bolvar and Terralion. So there's that. Oh man,
And I'm back.
oh hello! I was literally about to say, when does Tasha's Cauldron come out? Because that's out soon.
Not soon enough. Everything I hear about it, I'm like, I want that now.
I know. As we both Google.
Frantic typing.
When does Tasha's Cauldron come out?
November 17th. Wait, 7 days.
Yeah, in a week. Damn.
The minute one of us gets access to that, it's going to be like, everyone in!
This thing is, if we can get it from Amazon, then it'd be like potentially on the day, but if it's going to be on a Tuesday, then people are going to be at work, so...
I have my ways.
The internet has its ways. I'm just sad that I'm a little bit sad. I mean, this is me being like first world problems. I'm a little sad that due to the pandemic, I won't really be able to get the special edition cover, because to get the special edition cover, you tend to have to physically go to game stores.
Yeah, you can see if anything online ordering.
Yeah. I know that my go-to game store doesn't have a website, which is saddening.
You know, I said at a certain point I was going to switch over to musicals. That time is now.
That time is now. Excellent.
There are so many commands on Photoshop that I only know from muscle memory. I was just like, what was the deselect? But my hand was doing something, so I tried to like reach out my other hand and consciously do it, and I was like, I don't know what buttons these are. I don't know which buttons it is. And then I switched hands and just immediately did it. Yeah, it's deselect, like fit to screen. And there's another one where I only know it if my brain just does it without thinking about it. Excellent core. I was like, wait for the punchline.
What is this synth music? Goodness. I'm in unfamiliar music territory again.
We're in the music Wild West. Sorry, it's gonna take me a second to respond to things because I'm munching.
Thanks, Sadie. You've been banned in here again, have you?
Hello, Gremlin.
There's a chair here you can sit on. Can I interest you in
I'm gonna start singing this song. I need to mute my mic.
No. I was gonna bite off a bit and see if she was interested in having it, but literally partway through she went into her box, so I was just like, clearly you're not interested.
Nope.
God damn it, Core. You're a terrible person. Never change.
I'm so glad my camera is not on. You see me absolutely jamming out. Oh, fuck, my phone block's on. Wait, I'm just gonna restart. Oh god, I'm gonna have to use the warp tool.
Oh no.
I hate this fucking thing. What did autoplay put me on just now? Oh no, I nearly actually voiced that opinion. That would get me killed.
Sadie, no!
Oh my god, oh my goodness.
I was about to say, do not start screaming at the door. You have been put in here because you were being loud and naughty.
You've been sent to noisy cat jail.
You've been sent to prison for noise crimes.
Same joke at the same time.
Cluster!
That's the cluster guarantee. When not only not funny, but we're all not funny at the same time in the same way.
And we were all like, what? That's the same joke twice.
Joke twice?
There's an echo in here.
Mm.
Oh, I know. I know, baby. You hate being touched up in here. Come over this way. Yeah? No, I'm just gonna keep screaming at the door. Come on. Nope. Absolutely not. And we go back in the box.
I'm back in the sulk box.
She genuinely has a little pad that I now call her sulking square. Because I genuinely only ever see her go on it when we do something she doesn't like give her face a wipe. Or clip her claws. She goes and sits on the sulking square. The sulking square is meant to be the top of that. That's meant to have another platform on top of it. But when we got it, I said, nah, remove it. This cat is 16 years old, and if she jumps from a height that's like up here onto a hardwood floor, she will hurt herself. So I was like... No.
We had to do that for Rocky when he got older. It's like, well, you used to make these jumps very confidently, but you're a very small dog with tiny, tiny legs, and you are nearly 20 years old.
Yeah.
It's time for current song hyperfixation of the moment, where I just listened to the same song on loop for about 4 hours.
Fair. I mean, I've just been listening to Mystery Skulls on repeat.
Literally all day. I discovered the song literally yesterday. I don't like the show in general, but there's a song. Oh god, what even is the full name of the show? The full name of the show is the 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. Don't ask.
Okay.
But there's a song in it called the I Love You song, and it's a little sad, but it's got some like harmonies in it that just absolutely blow my mind. And it's just really nice to listen to. So it's like all day I've just been like, this is the song. This is the song my brain will accept and no others. This is sad, but it slaps. Exactly. I'm like bouncing between this and Good Kid from the Percy Jackson musical, which I completely overlooked the first time I listened to it, and then I listened to it the other day and I was like, oh, this is great actually. I did wonder though, Dash. It's one of the 4 like different realities of this drawing that exist in my brain currently.
I mean, now that I draw in the hair and the ear, does that give it away?
A little, yeah. I originally thought when you first started doing it that the other lady was Tyler.
I did think that basically, sort of, when I got to this point, you'd realise it.
I was waiting for you to start drawing the other person.
I know, Sadie.
You recognise my designs more than I do, Dash.
Are you going to keep making noise? You're being very distracting. Yes, I am. I'm going to pick you up and put you on the chair. Brace yourself.
Ready for angry sounds.
Yeah, brace yourself.
Very angry sounds.
Feline scream. Oh, that was quite a quiet one.
I was very restrained.
That was quite a quiet one. We've had some really loud ones before.
Very restrained.
Hello, yes, this is the stream, Sadie. Oh, I hate it, she says. Please put me down. She spends every moment just looking to the side of, like, there is escape this way. This way lies freedom. Unhappy. I'll put you down. Stop panicking. Put you down. There we go. Here we go. Now, are you going to stay on the chair for a bit? Hmm?
I'm rendering some lighting. Which is a pain, but we have to do it. It's working out, like, I'm fine at, like, very specific lighting, but, like, to some extent I have to, like, put, like, a flat, this doesn't exist in real life, like, flat light on everything, and working out how that should look drives me insane. But I'm also putting some wacky lighting in here, because I deserve rights.
Like the teeths.
Good teeth.
My teeth look good because I am referencing.
Always reference
I
kids.
have teeth on my other monitor.
I knew you would respond to that, Stacey. I knew you would. I was like, not to be. I was literally gonna say not to be confused with Stacey's teeth.
I have teeth on the other monitor that I am referencing, which is why these look good, because referencing makes a world of difference.
Referencing is important. I did way too much, like, compositing and shit in photography without referencing, and you could tell. What should I listen to? Stephanie J. Block, Get Out, Stay Out. Hell yes.
Oh, goodbye. She's off again.
Oh, I thought you meant me. I was like, what?
Call terminated.
Ah! That's what it's like sometimes when I'm talking as a DM and then you guys are like, oh yeah, Kels isn't talking. I'm like, what? Yes, I am! Oh, perspective, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
Stop worrying about things I can't control. Stop worrying about dollars I don't know. Stop worrying about things I cannot know. And sometimes it feels so good.
Welcome to another episode of Kels Does Not Know How Scale Works. It's like, that should not be the size of that. Yeah, I really struggle when it's like a big map. It's like, that is way too large.
It's fine.
That is the same scale as that structural piece. That should not be that large.
Stop hurrying, slow down and take control. Stop worrying about your problems, you should know.
Knowing me, Core, I probably do actually have a banana texture somewhere. I do have a whole folder for food. Which I would like to reiterate, I think I've never used. You ever just want to listen to something and you're like, what part of my brain did this request come from? I haven't... Oh, I did listen to this the other day when I was playing Hades, actually, because it's appropriate. But... I haven't listened to Maddie in 1,000 years.
Yo!
The Maddie in the City is what my brain was like, hey, can we,
Maddie in the City is just peak urban magic.
Oh my god. Yeah, it is on that playlist.
It's on that playlist.
That's why I was listening to it the other day, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Because I was writing another...
Because you were writing urban magic.
Yeah, I was listening to this when I was playing Hades because this fucking first line, there is a place in the distance, a place that I've been dreaming of.
Ooh.
Where time and space don't exist and... Oh, that's great. What? Why do I know this song? Like, where did I... Oh, I first discovered this song because... I don't think it's this one, I think it's a different Madian song that was the PlayStation All-Stars Finale. Yeah. Finale was the PlayStation All-Stars song and we fucking loved that game in my house. The only fighting game we played growing up was PlayStation's rip on Smash Bros. I have a lot of like objects that I got from a texture pack that are all shaded only from one direction and it annoys the shit out of me. It's like you could have at least not shaded it. Like all my other textures did. You know what? We're not using this. You know what we're using? A different thing. I was gonna say what it was, but that would give away what I'm making.
Ah yes, the saucepan.
Ah yes. See, this fucking... There's a texture in here which is just a cutting board with some gourds on it. When will I need that?
That's oddly
Should I put it on this map so that when, if and when you ever load up this map, you'll be like, it's that one.
Oh.
In fact, I am gonna do that.
It's like a timestamp.
Yeah. It's a cutting board with a knife and some gourds. And you'll know. You'll be like, why is that there? And I won't describe it in the actual thing. I'll say, oh no, that's not really there. But you'll know. God, I'm gonna have to make this so small. That's the true Easter egg now, because I don't even know. I think that might even be too small to see. So if you catch it, good job.
Oh, fair enough.
What am I looking for? It's not that folder. There it is. Oh Jesus. Just put in a texture and it was like the size of the whole map. And I was zoomed way in. We're gonna have to put finale on now because that's obviously the logical next step of this. Oh wait, no, I don't want the mix. No! No! I hate listening to music on YouTube. Oh, the nostalgia this song brings immediately. There you go. 4 sketches is good work, dude.
Considering that I've done one.
Technically you've done a sketch and now this.
I mean, I did the warm-up sketch.
Yeah, that counts.
I did too.
Yeah. That's what I said, right? I've made one map, maybe, if I finish it. I've nearly finished it, to be fair. Look at these good beans that you've drawn.
Okay, but what if I just go in and I make one small change, which is I go in and I just go line.
I think I know what you haven't done it yet, but I know what you're going to do. My cluster vision allows me to foresee it. Yep, there we go. That's exactly what I thought you were gonna do. Exactly.
And Das just like explodes in the chat.
I fucking love that this has become like a thing for you guys.
Love to see it.
We do love to see it. Literally every time Cordelia looks in Tyler's general direction, it's like, hello? All of you lean forward.
And it's so good because I do love it, but I have to roleplay Tyler so
Yeah!
I have to roleplay Tyler just so, like, oblivious.
What, 7 charisma? Is that what you're at these days?
Oh, something like that. It's a negative. It's a negative modifier.
To be fair, I don't think Cordelia's is much better. I don't think it's a negative, but I don't think it's good.
Why do my uncharismatic characters like fall in love with uncharismatic people? Because this is happening with my other character in AJ's campaign. Everybody ships my character with Max's character, and between us, we both have like a -3 in charisma. Both of us.
As someone who played Glory for 4.5 years, I still don't have an answer for you. I don't know what it is about these dumbasses that everyone's like, what if they loved?
Funny. It is really funny to roleplay though, because the poor guy is so hopeless, and I'm just the worst. Because she's a Joe and he's a human, so he's there and he's like, "Oh, would you like to have a drink later?" And she literally hands him the bottle and is just like, "Oh, I didn't realise you were thirsty."
We can drink now.
Then she just hands him the bottle, like, "I didn't realise you were thirsty," and then walks off.
No.
It just.
Beautiful. I aspire to that level of dumbass. Actually, no, I don't. Not in my real life, but as a character.
And as I said to AJ, this just amplifies how shitty I rolled on stats, because I have a negative charisma, and Drow get a plus to their charisma.
God, that's such a mood. One day I'll have a character with good stats. One day it will happen. I promise. It must happen one day.
Statistically, it has to happen. That's what I keep telling myself.
Yeah. It's like you with your HP rolls. One day you'll get a nat on that. That's not a 1. One day. Not this day, but maybe. And maybe one day I'll roll over more than a 12 for a stat. But not today. Yeah. Me and Blue are big proponents of that. The ship has to happen naturally.
Yes.
We have standards in this house. Recommended Caravan Palace. Hell yes.
That was something that I like jabbed Spook with a lot when he was like, you know, everybody shoots Delmar and Alistair, and I was like, yeah, but Alistair has to make the fucking effort, otherwise it's not going to happen in canon.
It has to happen naturally. You did this to yourself, Das. It is funny though, watching it all, especially because obviously in Plague Princess we're so like new. It's like there's so many possibilities here. Hey, hi Nemo.
Hello, Nemo.
Stacey, you're fucking 100%ing romancing D&D.
See, there's the There's the murder run, there's the pacifist run, and then there's the romance run where it's just how many people can I make fall in love with me.
I'm going to refuse to disclose what route I'm on right now. I think whether I want to or not, I am on the romance run. Or everyone's on the romance run with me.
I'm baby.
You are baby, so you are excluded.
I'm baby. You know me, I go for 100% friendship runs.
Mm-hmm. But it's like true endings of video games. You've got to get all the backstory and all the secrets.
Yeah.
So you can make everyone love each other and all their problems be solved. I understand that viscerally.
I have to say, I do love the like mechanical parallels of playing an absolute child who just wants to be friendly, and then it's like, what class is she? Warlock.
I know, right? I mean, gestures itself. Disney princess. What class is she? Bloodhunter.
Love to see it. Like, I've played the stereotypes, I've done the stereotypic edgelord rogue to the max, and it was hella fun. So now I'm gonna do something different.
Sometimes that's the best.
It's hella fun. That's why I'm doing something similar with Tyler, it's hella fun. But now I'm doing something different.
Yeah. And then, by sheer coincidence, all of us in one campaign decided to do that at the same time and made it just a bunch of weirdos.
We all wanted to try weird stuff, which is why we don't have a party comp.
Who needs party comp when you can have drama and pizzazz?
Jazz hands.
The Posey dating sim we call Flight of Princes. Yeah, exactly. Did I know I was doing this when I created Posey? No. Am I happy that it's happened? Maybe.
On an unrelated note, I have a spot on my lower leg which is like really painful.
E. That shit's really annoying.
Yeah. I assume it's come up because I shaved, because it literally came up in the space. It came up in the space of a day, and it's like painful. It's really bugging me.
Sorry. Everyone else saw it but me.
I mean, what was it you said before when we were like... it was when I was designing Kika's outfit on Hero Forge, and I was like, I'm really struggling to get my clothes and colours down, and then we both went, oh, we've done the inverse of each other.
Yeah. We inversed each other.
We inversed each other.
Because Posey's clothes, she's pink and red, and she wears purple and blue.
Yeah.
Kika's purple and blue, and mine's pink and red.
Yeah, the final design I went on was pink and reds in her armour with maybe a little bit of gold. Sort of autumnal.
Which is
colours.
Also the opposite from Posey, because Posey has silver. Because she has the moon necklace, which is silver. Because we have the same brain.
It's not even that, it's just colour theory.
Yeah.
It was like, I can't dress
we went for the same ones.
I can't dress Kika in blue because she is blue, so you just have an entirely blue character.
Yeah, we did talk about this, didn't we? And you can't just make it like brown and black because it's Kika.
Yeah.
Kika's not just going to wear neutrals.
Yeah, she's not going to wear neutral colours, and it's like, you know, if you think of it in the, you know, semi-medieval fantasy setting, it's like, well, she also came from a wealthy family, so they can
so she'll have nice colours.
Yeah, they can afford dyes.
Yeah. Okay, I redid everything, I did all the shading, lighting effects. Motherfucker. Oh, I didn't merge the layers. Merge visible. Lighting effects. Oh, thank God. Whew. Mine is clearly the most normal one. Nemo, you're forbidden from saying those words in that order. Ever, in any context.
I don't think normal can apply to our party.
No.
Like,
yeah, the whole party, to be honest, yeah.
Like, frankly, as much as you and Kay joke about normal squad, I think that the undisputed most normal person in the party is Serenus.
Yeah. The only reason that Team Normal exists is because we don't have anything to do with the big family.
Yes.
But then there are other people who also don't have anything to do with the big family.
King and Serenus.
King and Serenus. But it just ended up being me and Renara. Partly because it's nice. The irony is nice. They're Nemo. They're Nemo. They're normal to you, Nemo. Is what the sentence that was meant to be.
I think Tala's primary colours are obviously red, white, and then as a third I would go for
Like
silver.
a taupe. Oh, what did you say? Silver?
Yeah.
The irony.
I know, ironic, which is why I was like, my ideal Tala dye would be red with swirls of white and silver numbers. And I think the closest I got was just a solid red with silver numbers. Which I was quite content with.
I had to merge 3 dice to get Posey's Dream Dice. Yeah.
And then, of course, I had the benefit of working at Gamesy, who literally, I turned up to work one day and they were like, here, have Kika dice. And I was like, oh glorious.
Please don't do this.
Oh, glorious.
Hang on. Can I have a prayer circle, please? I press save and it is not responding.
Oh, fuck. Adobe, why?
It saved. I didn't save this whole time.
Oh my god, I kept reminding you to save.
I hate saving Photoshop documents.
Why?
Because I just don't like having like Photoshop documents lying around.
Bad? No, bad. Get out of that habit.
I'm being swatted virtually.
Get out of that habit.
It's true.
Bye, Nemo.
I've lost many a map.
I hope your appointment is okay.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, you've got a pretty warm colour palette for Oak because I think Zal and Hurry probably also have red somewhere in there.
I unconsciously
Which is appropriate because it's my campaign.
Yeah, I unconsciously think of red as the party colour. Like I kind of visualise this like set of images of all of the party, which are all in grayscale except for the red that they all have on them.
That's my colour palette. IRL, I love it.
So Tala has the red scarf. Hurry also has a red scarf.
Oh, this is their like. Oh fuck! This is their like Overwatch icon.
Yeah.
Oh
Thane,
yeah.
I think is I would envision a red cloak going down the back, and I think Zal potentially. I think here's a tough one, but I think possibly a red armband, or a red bandana tied around the arm, is how I would picture it.
Maybe.
So that's sort of like the thing that I envision of. It's all grayscale apart from the red that they all
go for
have.
red goggles. That would
True,
also work
red
as well.
goggles. Or a red sort of like headband that their goggles rest
Yeah. Yeah, that would also work. Literally like Tracer's icon.
Yeah, so red cloak on Thane, cloak/cape, they're kind of the same in D&D a lot of the time. 2 red scarves and potentially a red headband. I suppose Hurry has the poncho as well and his other clothing as well. Red poncho, I almost forgot about that. So a cloak, a poncho, a scarf and a headband.
And then I am definitely not a part of this. That's true. I forgot about that.
True. I did forget about that as well. I like the idea for the picture of just a red cloak though, because it means it's a stark.
It's also
contrast.
A good character analysis.
Yeah, it's the stark contrast of everything is grayscale except for one item of clothing. Just the way when I visualise it in my head, it looks appealing. Tala doesn't wear a bandana; she has a red scarf. It's in my backstory. In my backstory, the scarf is important.
You two got to fight over the red scarf symbology.
It is in her backstory. Literally, if you try to take it off her, you will lose a limb. her scarf is important to her. That's why it's present in both forms.
I know like a lot about that scarf now that I think about it. I'm like, we've talked about that scarf on multiple occasions.
It's because it's an important scarf.
It is! It's symbolically very important. It's also, how do I say this without spoiling anything? Gone through a journey, shall we say?
Oof.
Was that canon piece of lore we decided on? I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, the red scarf was not just an aesthetic choice, it has backstory and lore associated with it, so...
Yeah. If you can believe it, because that's the point we're at.
That scarf will not be being removed.
Unless.
Don't.
Is this a threat?
Don't.
I'm just picturing is it Parks and Rec, that gif?
Yep.
Parks and Rec. Don't.
I will fucking kill you.
I will end you. You can certainly try.
Tried several times.
You cannot kill me.
What is it I've said on previous streams? Historically, being my enemy is a bad choice. All of my enemies are dead.
Some of your enemies are dead. No, all of your enemies are dead. We did have this exact discussion.
All of my enemies are dead. We're not discussing the permanence of the word death. All of my enemies are dead.
As far as you know. So much I wish to say.
Scratch, scratch, scratch.
Scratch, scratch, scratch. You are getting so much done today, Frog. Oh yeah. But that is how that would end, I think. Gonna close this document. It always alarms me because obviously I save eventually the file as like an image. But it means that when I go to exit Photoshop, they're like, you haven't saved, are you sure? And I'm like, I haven't? What do you mean I haven't saved? But I have, I've just saved it as a photo instead of as a Photoshop document. I'm gonna sketch out some other stuff I've got to do, but I'm not gonna fight Photoshop anymore. Oh, yeah. I'm excited to run D&D this week, actually. I am running D&D this week, aren't I? Yeah.
It's bad that I don't remember.
I think we are. I'm running this week.
I think we had the okay in the chat.
Yes, I am running.
Yeah.
Okay's good. You can run. Cool. So as I was saying, yeah, I'm excited to run this week.
Oh. Yeah.
I need it for my sanity, I think.
Complain.
Anger. Mother, how dare you? Not about anything in particular, just how dare you.
May you scream at the universe on my behalf.
Sadie screams for all of us. I want all ROCs to be friends. What is the scope of all ROCs though?
Ooh, I pressed a button.
Oh no.
Please stop.
True enemy. Buttons. What would happen if the Oak Cart Party met the Flight Princess Party?
Wouldn't they be confused?
I don't think they'd get on.
No.
I don't know.
I don't think they would get on because in the grand scheme of things, the pop party has a very high tolerance.
Sorry, it's still making
yeah.
up.
The pop party have a very high tolerance for stuff of okay, you did this thing, but we're gonna accept it. It's not a good. You didn't do.
That's a good.
It's not a good thing, and you shouldn't think it's a good thing. But we're gonna carry on. But Tala very much doesn't accept people's bullshit.
Yeah, that's true. But then also,
no, Sadie.
The Oak Cart Party's a little more in the shit, I guess. I guess that's just further along, huh?
Yeah, they're higher level.
They're just a little more world weary than the Flight Princess Party is. Yeah, Tala seeing King would be bad. That would not end well.
Oh no, yeah, that would end in murder.
Unless King was immediately glamoured, that would not end well.
I mean, King, you guys do forget that King is glamoured by default because her icon doesn't show it, but she's semi-permanently
cast in disguise off.
Yeah, as more of a dryad form than an undead form. Continuing to scream. Mother, I wish to go outside.
Free me.
Free me from my prison. She backs away from me because she knows I want to pick her up. No! Let me cuddle. Not a cuddling cat.
Not a cuddling cat. Neither is mine, to be fair. Matilda's only cuddly if she wants something. Yeah, Urquhart's record with the Fae is spotless.
Technically, only half of the Archfey we met have wanted to kill us.
Yeah, you've got a solid 50% going, which is better for your ratio of lost cities.
Ooh. But at least our undead race is going.
Oh my god, Zao would lose his mind about Winnick. Oh my god, that boy would have a seizure.
Are Warforged a thing in your world or not?
I would like to invoke the right to remain silent.
Okay, it's fair.
But no, basically no. They're not quite there yet. God knows New Nestrin are working on it. If it's made of clockwork, New Nestrin are probably working on it. But if one of you died and was like, hey, I want to play a Warforged, we'd have to have a long conversation. I'm listening to like a best of Electro Swing from like 2017, and it's all stuff that was like in my Electro Swing playlists a couple of years back, and it's just like, oh my god, what a throwback. I think it literally might be a direct rip of the one that was on Spotify. Which works for me. I'm trying to think of other like people meeting people that would be just like. See, I think I don't know, would the Urquhart and the SKT party get on? My instinct is to say yes.
I mean, you gotta remember that there's familial ties to half of them.
Yeah, that's true.
So what am I saying for
oh yeah,
SKT,
the same universe.
Yeah.
My brain's not working, sorry.
You know, so it's like, you know, for almost all of them, Kiko is their literal baby, so,
yeah.
You know. And then Kiko's
sorry,
just like, you know, these are my friends.
I meant to say Urquhart.
Yeah.
SKT. My instinct is to say they would get on, because they're both pretty principled.
I feel like they would, yeah. They do have morals.
They're both very principled, they're both got a decent religious presence, but not an entire one. Zalvarus would get on because K. They're equally chaotic. Yeah, I don't think there's anything.
I feel like Zal would get on with Roman as well.
Yeah.
Because they share that sort of inventor vibe.
Chaotic inventor vibe.
I mean, Kirok and Hurry though, that's some kindness for the soul.
Oh yeah, easy. So easy.
Good kindness for the soul, that is.
Yeah. You're saying that Posey would avoid someone is a pretty easy guess for anything, to be honest. What would Posey do in this situation? Probably avoid it. Really feel about King, but would adore Kika and Posey, yeah. Ask her to lose her patience with Lo, I feel that.
Giant woman.
I think that's also true about Glory. Sorry, Lo. I don't think the mums would put up with Lo very much. Nor would they put up with Zal. I want to put that out there.
That just reminds me of a segment from a Discord book that I was literally listening to today, which was literally she opened the door with the same fake smile that all mothers give their friends, their child's no good friends. That's exactly what
God, if that ain't an Ash and Glory mood, I'll tell you that. Yeah, honestly, Ash and Glory. Like, I think they would get on pretty well with Dana, and I think also Tala. Or at least I know I think Glory would get on with Tala. Even if she is a bit gruff. Maybe that thing of like, I know that. I know this person.
I know, Sadie.
Anger.
Rage.
Ah, you're gonna get the good pencil noises again. Gloria Das is Gloria and Tala is low charisma, hot character, lesbian energy. See, you get it.
Ah, you're also lacking in brain cells.
But appreciate a good woman.
Would have good taste in women.
Gloria would kick Tala's ass in an
yeah.
arm wrestling match, but also in general. I'll throw the glove down. I think Gloria would kick Tala's ass.
Agree. Tala's too much of a glass cannon. Glory can hit her, but she can also take a hit.
That's just true any day of the week, Des. No, you didn't. No, you didn't, Mean Glory. Glory's a married woman, thank you.
This is very hasty line work, perhaps.
That's fine.
This is like pre-line work, almost.
You made it go that way, girls, not me. I'm here to cause problems on purpose. No, I think all the clerics would get on.
Oh yeah.
They'd all be like sharing notes. Is King really the... No, Varys was also a wizard, huh?
Yeah. It's just because he was the weird blade singer melee wizard.
Yeah. I was like, is King the only wizard we've had? No. I think that matchup would be more even than you think, Des.
I mean, Carrick remains the only sorcerer.
That's true. And it's going to remain that way, because I, for one, am not eager to play sorcerer, unfortunately. Unless Tasha's has got some crazy... Actually, to be fair, I have played a sorcerer very briefly. But I am not... I haven't played enough spellcasters to play a sorcerer. I always feel like meta magic, like, you have to understand how spells work. And God knows I don't know how spells work. I feel like my next... If I was going to make a character, I need to play like a cleric or something. Someone who prepares spells. Because I've played a wizard before and I liked it. I would play another wizard any day of the week. Especially a higher level one, oh my god. Favorite Soul does look interesting.
Yeah, cleric sorcerer crossover.
The only Warforged I'd play is a Clockwork Soul Sorcerer because of aesthetic Warforged.
I don't even know what the Clockwork Soul does.
Clockwork Soul's great. Tasha's.
It comes out in Tasha's, so I'm not really...
I think it's Tasha's.
Yeah, it comes out in Tasha's, so I've not really... I've not looked into it, so I don't know what the concept
I've
is.
peeked at all the UAs.
The name is confusing to me. What the heck is a Clockwork Sorcerer? What does it do?
You'll see. I'm sketching something I have no mental reference for. I'm just painting shapes down at the moment, so...
No, Sadie, I know. Mother, I crave violence.
You have displeased me, Mother. I say I'm not working up a mental anything reference of this. I've lived near one of these my whole life. Well, for many years. Fuck, I forgot Electric Swing just constantly slaps.
No time manipulation. Oh, that makes sense. Clockwork.
Yeah. It's good shit.
I know. Yes, I know. I know. Yeah.
Who dares message me? Who dares?
Maybe in another half hour, 20 minutes or so, okay?
But yeah, I feel like, yeah, I need to play something that has, like, prepared spells. Because I've never done that before. What is that? Cleric, Druid, Is it just cleric and druid that prepare spells?
Yeah, technically wizards prepare spells.
That's pretty funny, it does. God, I'm trying to drag up some memories right now. Start here, because I do actually know what I'm doing with that.
I think there is a psionic sorcerer, but it's not the Clockwork Soul.
No.
But I think there is a psionic sorcerer in the in Tasha.
There is. Is Tasha's going to have all the psionic stuff they were working on before?
I don't know if it's
Because
gonna
I
be
know they
all of
had
it, but
one
it's gonna be
for-
some of it.
Yeah. Because I remember when that stuff kept coming out and we were like, what is this for?
And we kept being confused because basically every iteration they did, they kept changing it wildly. Like they couldn't decide. They couldn't decide how they wanted psionics to work in 5e.
Which honestly is fair enough. They're weird as hell. It was such a small little meep. Like, hey, pay attention. Yeah, what are we expecting from Tasha's? All the psionic stuff, all the weird, was it dragon stuff?
No, the dragon stuff only just came out in Art Arcana.
I can't remember. There was another like group, wasn't there? I can't remember now. We'll find out in less than a week. I'm excited though.
Oh yeah.
Every time they bring out a bunch of classes, I'm like, it's time for new OCs.
Same. I mean, I remember like the last time we would seriously talk about D&D, I was before they'd announced Tasha's. I was like, it's been a long time since they've had a player update. We are due a player update.
Yeah.
I was like, we've had like 3 pre-written campaigns. We need a new book of player stuff. And then they announced Tasha's.
Here we
and I
are.
was very happy.
Yeah, I think I've like mentally exhausted all the stuff that's out. It's time for my brain to get hitched on new ideas, you know?
Yeah.
Because at all times I have like a vague list of like, if a character dies, or this is like the vague list of classes that I would look at, or subclasses. There we go. Leave message.
Yeah, Cypher's pain.
So glad you can mod stuff
Thank you.
from your phone.
Thank you. I didn't even see what it was. I just saw that you deleted the message.
I'm on it. I've hung out in some chats with some good mods.
Dash,
I
you
know
are
what
a
I'm
mod. I
doing.
can literally see you have the mod stamp next to your name.
Yeah, you're a mod. Me and you are the only mods on this channel, Das, I think.
You are a mod. You may just have the mod options turned off in your settings. Yeah.
Fortunately, you can do it on the phone, so I literally just have my phone up and just clicked it. Thank you, Core. Yeah, it's cool. I always load your stream up and forget to go into mod mode.
Yeah,
Every time.
I think it defaults to not being in mod mode.
It does, yeah. Because the mod mode is very, like, a lot of information you're looking at.
I can't remember if it's in Tasha's or if it's in Theros, but I know that Panda is playing a bard subclass that Spook actually doesn't know because it's from a book that we don't own. I can't remember.
Oh, damn.
I can't remember if it's a UA that's going to be in Tasha's or if it's one that's in Theros. Because we don't own Theros.
I was going to say, considering what Theros is, I have not looked at it much. I should. Because of what it is. But I should. I haven't, yeah. I don't even think I have it.
I think there's at least 2
No, I don't.
subclasses for every class. I think. In Tasha's.
In Tasha's or Theros?
In Tasha's. Theros
Yeah.
Theros has like 3 classes. Whereas
I know what's in Theros in theory, but I just haven't looked at it yet.
Theros is not a class
No, it's a
book.
setting.
It's a setting which came with some classes, which is why most people don't know about it. In the same way that, for a long time, a lot of people didn't know about Blade Singers because they were in the Sword Coast Guide.
Yeah, it's all gross.
To be fair, a lot of people probably still don't know about Blade Singers. Or the Axe Rager, which is also in the Sword Coast Guide, which is the kind of like an equivalent of blade singing, because blade singing is meant to be an elven
art form.
It's meant to be an elven exclusive thing in the Faerun lore. So I believe it's called the Battle Rager, which is meant to be a dwarf exclusive barbarian.
Right.
Which in Dwarvish translates to axe idiot.
We love to see it.
I know this because Stanju wanted to play one.
Love a good axe idiot. We're a big fan of axe idiots here. You can hear a lot of shading noises for a moment. If you can hear him over Sadie. I never I was talking about this with my brother the other day. I never go into making a character and be like, I know what weapon they're going to use. Apparently my brother is exactly this person where he's like, I know exactly, I build it around what weapon I want to use.
No.
And I'm like, I'm just not this person mentally.
No, weapons tend to be an afterthought.
That's why Posey has a scimitar for some reason.
Weapons tend to just be whatever's good for the class. Visually, whenever I drew Dell or even wrote Dell in her stories, she was always a dual dagger wielder, but mechanically she was rapier and dagger purely because rapier did more damage. It was a better weapon.
Yeah, well that's the thing with Posey. In theory I should have taken the rapier, because it does better damage, but I just finished playing a warlock with a rapier. So I was like, I'm going to take the scimitar just because it's aesthetically different. Yeah, that's also a good reason. But then I could have a fucking... whatchamacallit? A sickle.
That's true. Unfortunately,
but then I don't think I can use a sickle.
Sickles are not great mechanically because at the end of the day they are technically a farming implement and not a weapon.
Not a weapon.
Not actually a weapon, they just happen to be in the weapons table.
Yeah. But then at this point Posey uses a crossbow anyway, more than that.
Yeah, she uses a crossbow more.
Which is not the way I was going to play her originally, but...
Again, this comes back to our whole D&D tends to throw surprises at you that you have no control over.
Yeah. I kind of love it though. Because it's a little bit more... I don't know, Bloodborne-y.
I mean, on the flip side, when I first made Talar, I envisioned her to use a crossbow.
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna go...
Here we are.
I was gonna go, Heroes of the Storm Greymane, essentially, which is he literally has his human form and his werewolf form. When he's in human form, you play him at ranged with his gun, and when you hit the werewolf button, you just dive into melee.
I'm not giving you a gun. Unless Sal gives you one, which is out of my control.
Fair. But yeah, that's how I was going to play her. So that's why for a while she had the archery fighting style. She may still have it coded in, even though I don't use it.
Yeah, I have it on Posey.
Yeah, because it was going to be until she can get into melee range and smash somebody, she will shoot them with a crossbow. But honestly, as I played through the game, I was like, her movement speed is so much that I tend to just get into melee immediately.
Yeah. Also, I gave you a fancy rapier.
Yes.
Yeah. The only time I've thought about, I want to use this specific weapon is for an aesthetic reason. It's well, if I wanted to make, a kind of Greek myth-inspired character, I'd want to use a spear and a shield. See ya, frog.
Bye. This is the first time that I've actually put the effort into making sure that Tala's bandages go all over like they're meant to.
Hey.
Because her injuries extend to her hands.
Yeah. Blood hunters get fucked up, yo.
I mean, correct statement, but technically Tala got fucked up before she was a blood hunter.
Hi. She's an overachiever.
Hi. She has high aspirations. Ah, you fool! You are in petting range.
Haha, you fool.
Cuddle time. Oh, I'm happy.
Audio muffled by cat body.
Unhappy.
I apologise for just the aggressive pencil shading noises. I'm having to shade a large area, and you can tell I'm getting progressively more bored because my shading is getting less and less consistent.
I think this is the point in the stream where I'm going to switch to chill out playlist.
Yeah.
Let's start winding down.
It's time for the wind down, kids.
It's getting late.
Now it really is a headspace meditation. Let's end tonight's stream with a wind down.
Don't knock it if it works.
Honestly, it normally knocks me out, so...
I know. I saw the dog and I wake up and I forget his name. It makes me sad.
No!
I saw the dog.
God, I'm gonna have to join you on the quest, huh? But then I remember even less than you do. There's one that I keep using at the
For
moment.
context, chat, both me and Kels use Headspace to fall asleep, and
Yeah.
one of the sleep casts is a visit.
Which are like bedtime stories, essentially.
Yeah, it's a visit to an antique shop. It like talks you through you walking through an antique shop, but every time you play through, it's slightly different. And on now 2 of my visits, I learned that the owner of the shop has a dog, but I can never remember the dog's name. And I want to learn the dog's name.
It's also, if you use the free version of Headspace, it's available to you. So if you want to join us on the quest to remember the dog's name when we wake up.
Yeah, join the cluster to try and remember this dog's name.
I keep using one. I think it's still a premium one. Called light visualization. Because I'm one of those people who, like, if you start telling me a story or like getting me to visualize something, I'm wide awake because my brain just goes real hard. But they have one called light visualization where you're literally just light. You like it's really odd. It's so hard to explain, but it doesn't have like a specific visual.
Flower, you know that game. I remember hearing about
Which one? Sorry.
That game by the same people who made Journey, Flower.
Yeah.
It's like you're playing the wind, and I was like, how?
But it's good for me because it means that my brain has nothing to latch onto. There's no like visual for me to be like, ooh, I can start visualizing this and thinking about it. Or like, as normally happens with sleepcasts, I get like caught up in the way they've like, because my editing brain turns on.
Oh dear.
It's like, oh, that sentence is really interesting. You know, I start pulling it out. I was like, no, I'm meant to be going to
Start
sleep.
analysing it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go in honor of Stacey leaving us. I'm gonna go for the Fox Lo-Fi.
It's just screaming.
Ah! It's like the picture is like a little tiny like chibi fox holding headphones onto its ears, and it's very cute.
Aww.
Yeah, exactly. So, exactly. Yeah, it's been interesting because my brother's been playing so much Baldur's Gate that he just wants to talk to me about D&D all the time, which is great because that's all I ever want to talk about anyway.
See.
But he just like his way of doing things is the complete opposite to the way in normal sibling fashion. His way of doing things is so opposite to the way I do anything in D&D. He's very like he's got a bit of min-maxy, but not just about like combat. It's really weird. You've done such good art today.
Thank you.
I love this little drawing you've done. And the lines are so clean.
I mean, that's partly due to the tool I'm using. I'm being kind of like slightly careless with the line art, as you can tell by the fact that my line art just fucking changes thickness halfway through. This was meant to be like a pre-line art pass. I was like, I'll go over and do a better line art in the future, potentially. Because as has happened with previous streams, there is the risk of once the stream is over, I will never touch this artwork again.
Yeah. And that's fine, because this is just about the practice.
Yeah, it's just about doing
no pressure to produce anything.
Yeah. It's just about doing it. Oh, I have an idea of what I could do next week, but I'm not sure. I mean, I guess it'd be an instance where I'd probably open up Photoshop because I'm not familiar with how to do it in Clip Studio Paint. Which would to try to paint along to Bob Ross.
Yes. I don't know what I would be able to do to assist with this. I feel like I would just have to. I feel like next week I have to go back to writing. I can't get in the habit of doing my D&D prepping this time.
Nah, it's
writing next week.
Probably not good.
That's not the point.
I mean, it is creative, so.
It is, yeah, but it's not my practice, you know. No, I might see. It depends how this week goes. But I might see if I can do some. I kind of want to I mean, I don't know whether it's because people around me are doing NaNoWriMo, but I really want to commit to an idea for a while and just work on that for a while, you know. I'm also rereading Dracula at the moment, so God knows what will happen next week.
Great.
I say I'm rereading Dracula. I got through the first bit of the audiobook because I listened to the audiobook last time. Well, I didn't listen to the audiobook. I listened to the first time I made it the whole way through Dracula. I've read half of Dracula 85 times.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I made it the whole way through Dracula was when I was watching the Philosophy Tube fundraising marathon where they did the whole of Dracula fully voice acted. Non-stop to raise money. And that was fucking hilarious. But I started listening to the audiobook again, like an actual audiobook, and it was just one of those moments where I was like, I just want to have this book in physical so I can underline bits and get cozy and stuff. So I currently have a copy on its way here that I got secondhand.
You should have told me. GameTea literally have a copy of Dracula.
I know, you have such a nice one, but I don't want a nice one. I want one that I can shred.
Oh, right, okay.
That's why I one day
Ours is
when
a very nice one.
Yeah, I love your copy of Dracula. Your book section of... I don't know
every week
why you're targeting me.
Every week I come into work and there's something new and I'm just like, oh...
The book section is literally I want that, I want that, I want that book. It's it's just books that I want.
There is not a single book on there that I would not be happy with. I could literally take any book and just be like, I'd be happy to read this. They literally...
Witchcraft book? Send it to me.
Yes.
Dracula? Yes.
Yep.
D&D related? Don't care. Send it to me. It's almost hilarious how on brand it is.
Well, yeah, we got some...
folklore books? Yes.
Yeah, we've got folklore. Love the folklore one. Bestiary one's brilliant.
Oh my god, what did you put up the other day that I was like, are you joking me?
We have 4 new
Crims.
We have 4 new cloth-bound editions of fairy tales, the Poetic Edda, which apparently the Poetic Edda is what Tolkien read.
Yep.
So if you like Lord of the Rings, you should read the Poetic Edda apparently, because apparently that's what inspired.
It's like a typical you're a professor, you read this kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Lucy said that to me. The Poetic Edda is what Tolkien read to inspire Lord of the Rings. Yeah. So it's like the chain of... If D&D is inspired by Lord of the Rings, and Lord of the Rings was inspired by this.
Yeah. And then you had the Mabinogion and something else. Yeah.
Yeah, there were 3. The Mabinogion, or however you pronounce it. I don't know.
Sorry, Stacey, wherever you are.
Yeah. The Poetic Edda, The Pit and the Pendulum and Other Stories by Edgar Allan Poe.
Edgar Allan Poe, that was it!
Yeah, and Complete Fairy Tales. But we also have...
I want to fight... I'm assuming it's AJ that's doing this to me.
It's mainly Lucy, actually.
I'm going to fight Lucy, but in a loving and caring way.
We have Gilded Dracula, Gilded Christmas Carol.
I
What else? We have a few in this Gilded
The Gilded
range.
Dracula one is so good.
Yeah, we have a few in the Gilded range. We have a Gilded Legend of Sleepy Hollow and Brothers Grimm Fairy Tales. And we also have a Gilded Alice in Wonderland that isn't even on the site yet.
Yep. Yeah, no, that Gilded Dracula is the kind of book where it's like, I'm gonna have that one day and it's gonna go above my fireplace. Like,
well, the thing,
that's a
Lucy
nice
was like,
copy.
oh, we'll get this in for Halloween, and it's just been selling like crazy, and she was, she was literally like,
the people love Dracula.
When Halloween's over, we won't get it back in stock, and literally less than a day after Halloween, people were like, emailing her and being like, we still want it, so she's just kept getting them, and we literally cannot keep them in stock.
I have seen that book on other sites, and like, Game Tea's the best place to get it. I'm putting it out there. Not paid, just have done my research.
There's so many books that I want from my own workplace.
Game T really owns us, huh?
just you don't need to pay me. Just give me books.
Just pay me in merchandise. Pay me in books is such a mood. There's so many, like, I'm in a weird reading space at the moment because my dad was like, so what are you reading? Because me and my dad are both big readers. And I'm like, well, I'm kind of reading about 5 things, which means I'm not really reading anything. It's like, I'm kind of reading Metamorphosis, but, like, whenever I feel like it, and occasionally. I'm technically reading a book called Queenie, which I can't get into. And then, like, 2 other things that I keep picking up and putting down. All I want to read is Dracula. So that's going to be me next week. I'm probably going to obliterate it in like 24 hours because I've read it before and I'm not a big rereader. So we'll see. I also keep going to reread the Overstory and then I'm like, I can't do that to myself. Also, the only copy of I have is from my library and it's an ebook. So it's like, I'm trying to avoid ebooks because I stare at screens too much as it is. You know, like I'm constantly on screen, so it's like if I start reading on a screen as well, that means literally everything I do involves staring at a screen.
Yeah, it says on the page that the Poetic Edda is a treasury of Nordic culture, literature, and heritage.
That's it, yeah.
Grandfather of many books and works that you already know, such as a third of Tolkien's characters are named in the first Edda.
Yeah.
And there's 35 Eddas in the collection.
Yeah, the Edda's huge.
So yeah, you should read that. I will admit, when those 4 books turned up, I was like, oh no, the squad's all here, because there's the complete fairy...
Yeah, honestly.
There's the complete Fairy Tales, which is blue bound with the wolf on the front. And then we have the Mabin Ognon, however, which is, of course, Welsh Tales with the dragon. So I was like, okay, so there's Stacey. And then the Poetic Edda, and I was like, and when Lucy was like, well, this is what Tolkien read, and I was like, okay, so there's Das. And then
there's Das, and
the
then
Pit and the
Edgar
Pendulum.
Allan Poe.
And I was like, Kaz is here as well. Oh, the gang's all here.
We're all here.
I gotta say, the 4 books look lovely stacked together.
Oh, don't do this to me.
Looks so nice. Anyway,
I'm like this closer because my family started being like, hey, what do you want for Christmas? And I'm like, I can't conceive of time or I will break. So I'm this close to being like, just go here and pick something.
Yeah,
and send it to me.
Give them the link.
Honest to God, like,
just
it's like, you can't do wrong.
Gamesy.co.uk/books.
Honestly, that's like, this is something I found, is that I have also tried to make myself read books where I'm like, this is like hard for me to get through, but I want to keep reading it. But like at a certain point, you're just going to get to a point, you're just at a point where like you see it on your like bedstand or whatever and you're like, I don't want to read that, and you should just not. That's what I've learned.
Problem is that when it comes to stuff like that, the moment you start having to force it, it becomes a chore, and when that happens, you're not
then
enjoying
you may
it
as well
anymore.
not read it. Yeah.
Because it's like you're reading something for fun, but you're not finding it fun, so why are you reading it?
Yeah.
Like,
I like
this isn't
legit
school
went through a
anymore,
phase.
We don't have mandated reading.
I went through years of like not reading much and being really sad that I didn't read much. And then I was like, well, what am I reading at the moment? And it'd be like, well, I have this book that I've got a ways into, but I'm not really like, I don't really feel like I want to pick it up again. And then I read, I think it might have been Circe when it came out. I pre-ordered it, finished it in like 24 hours. And I was like, oh no, I love reading. It's just I don't want to read that. You know? That's where I'm at with Queenie at the moment. It's like, well, as much as I feel like I should read this, and it's probably really good, I just don't want to. So I'm gonna stop and find something else I want to read. Circe was a good time though.
Circe was good. I had the audiobook on Audible and it was good.
Yeah. I'm so glad that everyone I recommended that book to has been like, oh, what a good book. I've got a 100% win rate with that book so far.
You had 2 people in Game Tea.
I got 2 people in Game Tea and then 2 people in real life. So 4 people I recommended that book to, and they all came back and were like, hell yeah, that book's great. Madeline Miller, never lost. On that note, people should read Song of Achilles, but only if you're ready for it. Fucking love that book, but it is sad.
This is the one problem with Clip Studio Paint that I can't get out of, is that I'm used to the Photoshop of hitting E for eraser and B for brush. And this does the same,
I think we talked about this before.
but the brush tool here is not the one I'm using for lining.
Yeah.
It's the P for pen, and obviously P is all the way on the other side of the keyboard from E.
Yeah, it's just not natural to go for it.
Yeah. And
that's why I feel like if I ever changed software from Photoshop, I'd lose my mind.
I know you could change the key bindings, but I'm also like, but it makes sense for brush to be on B and
yeah,
for pen to be
and it
on
makes
P.
sense for it to be on, and then you're going to be drawing something with a brush tool, and then you've changed it, and it's just going to be a pain. Yeah, no, steal liberally from books, especially for D&D. Steal liberally from books. I need to read more fantasy for this exact reason, so I can steal.
Get the Edda then, clearly.
Yeah. Don't fucking...
Literally Lucy just saying, this is what Tolkien read, made me go, I should read that so that I can get inspiration for D&D.
Yeah.
There's also
I've really found, this is genuine advice, I as someone who reads a lot of fairy tales for shits and giggles, like, OG fairy tales are so good for D&D stuff, because they're the right level of weird and chaotic that you need. So like fairy tales, folk tales, myths, go for it, just go nuts, and just steal it. Just commit theft. I literally am looking at the complete Lord of the Rings right now, Des. It is bigger, it is the biggest book in this house.
It is that reason alone that it scares me. I literally look at whenever
it's the same thing as I have all the Game of Thrones books. I probably will never read
copies of Lord of the Rings,
I'm sorry.
I just get scared. I'm like, that's too big.
I don't want to know.
It's too big. I will not make it.
Now I'm looking at my dad's copy of Tolkien. I don't want to know how old that copy is. There are books in this house that are over 100 years old. I don't want to know how old that copy is.
Technically, I couldn't even make it through The Hobbit. My dad did have a physical copy of it, and the only way I was able to get through it was, again, the audiobook. This is the thing, I do like reading, but I just don't have the attention span. I don't have the attention span for large books.
Yeah, I'm picky as hell.
I reach a point where I want to be doing something, which is probably why audiobooks have been a good investment for me.
Yeah, audiobooks are a great time. Yeah, I'm kind of not spoilt for choice here, because my dad is a fantasy sci-fi reader. And I live in the room that contains his library. And I'm not joking about this. So, like, he has every Anne McCaffrey novel, because they're his favourites.
Oh, nice.
And that's a whole... Yep, that is... I'm not joking. There is a separate shelf installed in this room that goes an entire wall that is just Anne McCaffrey books. Every single one.
Wow, she's written a lot.
Yeah. Yep, there's a lot. And that's also got the big Tolkien, but that's just there for bookend, I think. And then, like, just so many fantasy novels that I've never heard of. So many. I imagine I could probably give my dad my Game of Thrones books, and he'd have a whale of a time.
Your dad sounds amazing.
My dad's great. My dad also is the opposite of me in that my dad has read probably every single one of these Anne McCaffrey novels about 20 times. Yeah, I've tried to read Game of Thrones. I can't do it. As much as my, like, fantasy style has been compared to Game of Thrones quite a lot, I can't do it. It's just because I'm very character focused, I guess. Yeah, that's so true. I don't know. I need to read. The book I have like my eye on is The Priory of the Orange Tree, I think it's called. It's a fantasy book. It's a little beefy, which intimidates me a little. But it's like a high fantasy. It has a lot of dragons. It also apparently has gays in it, which I love to hear. But I want to read more fantasy novels, because just like one-off fantasy novels, not because I feel like every time I get into a fantasy universe is like there's 85 books in the series.
Yeah, I'm worried that...
It's like I love Brandon Sanderson, but I cannot read all of Brandon
Sanderson. Game of Thrones is now going to start a trend of authors thinking they have to have these vast universes massive novels, and I'm like, sometimes I just want a small thing. This is why I'm easy to please with kids' books, because they are short and easy to grasp.
That's kind of the same with me and YA. I read way more fantasy YA than adult. I just find it way more digestible. It's like I would rather read The Hunger Games again than Game of Thrones. I'm gonna be honest. I think some it can be done. They just did it wrong. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like that kind of, I don't know. Unfortunately, fantasy, like, they were like, but what if fantasy was sexy? And that's the way they're going. Which is not the way I want to go. Give me like high fantasy in like a realistic style, but like with the plot style of She-Ra. You know.
She-Ra was so good.
Still haven't finished it. I've been so unbelievably She-Ra spoiled, but I'm still gonna watch the whole thing.
You should. It's wonderful.
Mm-hmm. This is why. Welcome to my thesis on why people love D&D at the moment. It's because so much like fantasy TV and movies at the moment is like not great.
Yeah, garbage.
But all D&D is good found family shit.
Oh yeah.
Or like whatever you want to make it into, you know. Like I would rather. It would be like, do you want to sit down and open Netflix and watch a fantasy TV show? Or do you want to go trouncing through Twitch to find a new D&D stream? I would probably go and find a new D&D stream.
Although we do still need to finish Dragon Prince.
That's so true. I
can't wait.
Almost every day, it's in my Twitter draft, and nearly every day I post that I think about that 2-second scene where he sets everything on fire and then snaps it to make it all go out. I think about those like 5 frames every day of my life. Almost every hour. Do you know the one where you had to rewind it because I literally stopped breathing? I think about it every day.
I remember when I paused it because they were going to the Bantha Lodge, and I paused it and I went, "Curls, you're about to meet your wife."
Yes.
And you like lost your mind in the first 5 seconds, and then within the next 5 seconds you were like, "She signs."
Das, you need to watch Dragon Prince. It's so good. You're also going to get way ahead of us because me and Blue only watch it when we're together.
We only watch it together, so of course we have not seen.
We've only watched season 1.
No, we watched season 2.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, it's season 3 we haven't seen.
Aha. Look, when this is over and I can come back, I'm coming over for a weekend.
Yes.
We do the whole thing from the start.
We're gonna do the whole thing from the start. I mean, I'm down to rewatch it because it's...
Because I don't remember it enough.
Fine. This is good with me.
Or alternatively, we both independently rewatch 1 and 2 and then meet up and watch 3. That might make more sense.
Maybe, but watching them together is fun.
It's fun.
It is fun.
And also we can just scream the whole time because we love them.
So good.
The character work in that show is so good.
Well, it's the same squad that made the original Avatar, so it's good shit.
Yes. If that isn't a sell.
Characters are great. As I said to Kels, I was like, the animation does get better.
It gets so much better.
It does get better because
and you get used to it as well.
Because I think they get a bit more of a budget. So, you know, if you just, it gets better after after a while.
Yeah. But it's not bad.
Mm.
It's just very
different.
stylized.
It's just
it takes a
different.
little adjusting. I didn't mind it, to be honest. But then the second season, you're like, what? So smooth.
Like the animation is so much good in season 2. It's like, people liked this. We're going to give you a budget. And the animation.
I still can't get over that the main dude is Sokka's voice actor. Like, every time I hear him speak, I'm like, Sokka? They only make shows with that dude in it. I'm excited, Des.
Smooth jazz Undertale. Oh,
what a dream.
that is wind down music. Okay, very hasty line art has been hastily done.
It looks good.
I may go in for a second pass.
Do it.
I may not do it tonight. Since we are in wind down stage and line art does kind of require concentration.
It looks good though.
Which is probably why a lot of my drawings don't get completed, because by the time I get to line art I'm exhausted.
Feel that.
Line art requires concentration.
It's always why I write and edit on 2 different days, because it's like, these things aren't happening at the same time. Oh shit, no, that's not how that goes.
Sometimes that's how it goes.
I'm trying to remember things. What song did you just unintentionally get stuck in my head? Sometimes that's how it goes.
It's the from Hamilton.
Oh yeah.
I think it's one of the reprises.
Yeah.
Grandpa just lost his seat in the sand.
Skylar Defeated.
How it goes. That's the one.
Is what it is.
Daddy's gonna find out any minute. I'm sure he already
He already knows. I still need to watch. I feel like I should watch it. Like the
Disney Plus film. I did watch it and I did enjoy it. It was a feat because it was obviously a 3-hour performance recording, so it was a bit of a feat to actually get through it all. I did have to go have breaks.
I try not to watch, like, for example, like bootlegs of things I have seen in real life, because my memory's pretty bad. So what tends to happen is I remember the bootleg and not when I went to see it.
Ah.
But I kind of already don't remember. Unfortunately, my memory of Hamilton is kind of fading, so I might watch it anyway. I doubt it will be the last time I see it. I know too many people who want to see that show for that to be the last time I see it. Further caveat, I know too many people who want to see that show who will not go and see it on their own. I miss theatre so much. I just miss being like, while I'm back in the kind of area where I can get to London cheaply, I'm gonna go see something that's got like £10 tickets. I miss that.
My problem is that I hate London.
Yeah, that's fair. I think you either go one way or the other. You either go to London and like, I could live here, or you're like, I fucking hate this place.
I'm in the hate category.
Yeah,
I do not like going to
I
London.
could not live in London. I don't mind going through London, but I could not live in London.
Definitely.
Which is unfortunate because my whole industry, well, half my industry is there. 50% of the industry I want to work in is in London. So it might happen.
I hope not, because I want to come visit you, but I don't want to go to London.
Me and Kay will just be sat out there like, sup? You have to come to us, bitches. We live in the same place.
So me and Spook can still get away with the whole Birmingham is like one of the most central places.
Yeah,
So
and two of us were up there, because you and Spook are up there, and also I was up there.
Yeah, it makes sense for people to come to Birmingham to gather around because it is central, so people from one side and the other side can meet in the middle, instead of, one person having to travel for like 3 days.
Yeah. Weird. Even though I would, and I will again. I used to travel 1,000,000 years to get to CoxCon, and I will do it again, so help me God.
CoxCon. Okay. I think drawing is done. I'm very much in the wind down.
Sleep zone.
Yep. Wind down and chat.
Blue's in the sleep zone. I'm just idly finishing the sketching that's going to take 10 years.
My leg still fucking hurts from this fucking spot.
Shaving. The devil.
I don't know what I've done. I must have like irritated a hair follicle or something.
Yeah. Blue's already watched it, Das.
Yes, Kel's heard me go nuts because
I got the live reaction.
Because I was like, I'm trying to go live and stream, but I'm getting 50 messages from Das.
So I'm gonna watch this real quick.
So I'm just gonna watch this. It was very good.
It was good. Blue was kind of losing her mind a bit.
This is very good. But as I said to Kells, it was very much just sort of very to the point of iterating of it doesn't matter if I die because the entire expansion is about going to the afterlife.
See you in a raid.
Yep, so we'll see you in a bit. It's such a shame that while it felt really good, it was an empty feeling because it didn't matter. Knowing that death does not matter because we're literally going to go to the afterlife and probably see him again, it just makes it a bit hollow.
Satisfying in the short term, not in the long term.
Yes.
But that's okay. We can't all win them all.
Hello, Sadie. Mother, I still wish to leave.
Time to end the stream. Sadie agrees with me.
Yeah, well, I've finished the last of my water now as well.
Yep, hydrate, kids.
Yep, stay hydrated. I've gone through. This is 500 ml, so I've drank a litre of water throughout this stream.
Me too.
So that's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah.
We done here?
I think so. I'm not going to continue anymore.
Yeah. Thank you for tuning in.
As everybody said, I'm most happy with the teeth.
Yeah. Teeth. Good teeths. It's very good, believe. It is good work.
Is it canon? I don't know.
I'm working on it. Well, in my defense, I think you guys are working on it more than I am.
I think we're all subtly trying to work on it, but I'm trying to be a bit
We're
more...
trying to work on it, but not make it too obvious.
Yeah. It's like, I'm trying to work on it, but I'm trying not to just make it a, oh god, you're attractive, and it's like, gotta go towards it. Gotta make it natural.
Unfortunately, Das, that's Cordelia and not me.
Time to zone out and scroll through Tumblr and Twitter for half an hour.
Yeah. See you later.
Bye guys, thanks for chilling the stream.
Hopefully you guys got something done, because we did.
And since there is no pop tomorrow, I guess we will potentially see you next week.
Yeah.
For more creatives next week.
Yeah, I can do it. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.